That lagged for a little second there. Anyway, hopefully we're all good. Happy time zone, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful sunny Sunday. It's beautiful blue skies out there today for us, which is always quite lovely to like look out the window and see.
Audio's good.
Audio's good. Excellent. Excellent. So before I get started today, no, none of the Pokemon from the previous 2 weeks are done, but I found something funny in my notebook, or at least I find it funny. So we were making Ampharos last week, right? And in my notes, I always write the name of the Pokemon on top of the... I put like Pikachu and then like whatever we've named Pikachu above it. I'm pretty sure we named Ampharos Merrill Sheep, right? Why have I written Amphitheater instead of Ampharos? Was I doing a bit last week? Or was that just... did you guys distract me at an important like a crucial point in the note taking? But anyway, the amphitheater is not done. I just thought that was funny. Yeah, so we're going to get straight into it this week. Today's theme is seeing spots or spot the difference or so on and so forth. Here are your 4 options. You can pick from 1, 2, 3, or 4. And more clues for today will become, well, not necessarily clues, but more like information as to what kind of nonsense I've been getting up to will become obvious as we reveal. So these 4 spots, I will confirm, are from the Pokemon behind each door. Your notebook auto-corrected. It did! Autopilot chose its own destination mid-word. It absolutely did. It's just like the distraction must have happened at such a specific point in time as after I wrote Amph, but then like auto-correcting to for theatre instead of Feroz. Where is my pen? I'm sitting next to a giant bucket of yarn. So we're not going to do that today. We're going to write things down correctly. Just try clicking the screen to vote. No, I'm working on the poll. The poll is coming. Sorry, there we go. Getting distracted is half the fun. 3 looks like a forbidden jelly bean. Let's be honest. 3 looks like a tiny poo. By the way, one of the rules today, it's not going to be enforceable, but one of the rules today is like if you are picking a number in the poll, I want to know what your guesses are as to who they are. Who you think you're picking. Because it makes it all the more delicious for me when I've managed to trick you. They take a while to build amphitheaters. Got to make sure they don't fail spectacularly over and over again. Well, this one here does have a lot of pieces. I mean, not compared to actual amphitheaters. He's still missing his tail, or she? I don't remember what we decided for you, bud. Missing his belly, missing the tail, missing the ear. But I did find time to make an extra flipper and an extra foot. I've been working on flipping possible like translations of the tardigrade. I think we'll end up with something like this because it's a little bit more of a reasonable size. Currently it just looks like a teddy bear. Yeah, so we're working on it. Is 3 Paldean Whooper? You think 1 is Chikorita? 3 look like a bean. A big bean! No clue, sticking with purple because you're a purple menace. That's true, that's OG, that's Origins, I like that. Very close vote at the moment apparently. Oh, so it is, we have a tie taking place. So y'all, if you haven't voted yet and you were leaning towards 1 or 3, you might be better off diverting that vote to either 2 or 4 to help us close or open this gap, because we are tied at the moment. Suddenly can't remember what Pokemon are remaining. Well, I've had to like... We only have 17 left in this gen, because like the 4 that are kind of half done are counted as finished right now. So we have 17 left. So forgive me if I'm having to stretch a little bit, but these are 100% spots from these 3 Pokemon, from their official sprites too. You're picking 2 because it's purple and you do not pretend to know who any of them are. Fair enough. 3 could be Stantler. Okay, alright. I am closing off the poll. 2 is Purdy. I have ended the poll. Oh, good. we got a decisive victory near the end there. So you guys have voted for door number 4 with 31% of the vote. Then came door number 2 at 27%, 3 at 26%, and 1 at just 16%. So thank you to everybody who voted. I will be revealing who is behind door number 4. Well, let's just see if you guys are mad at me. Here we go. And as always, I will reveal who's behind all the doors at the end of the session. Now, I did change the colours. I forgot to mention that. Oops. But that is one of the little, that is specifically that little central neck beady thing of Chikorita. Grass baby. Hopefully you all aren't too disappointed. It's always kind of like a risky move to do a bait and switch like that. So yeah, I have adjusted the colours on all of these spots, but the spots are taken directly from the pictures. So there is some representation happening here. With only 17 to go, I feel the need to like mess with you. I feel the need to mess with you. We've made over 310 Pokemon. The time has come. We to fire up the Mischief Cannon. So she will be our 84th Pokemon from Gen 2. And let's grab Ampharos, who's hiding in the corner there. Come on, bud. Change you to the Jelly Bean. Whoosh. I'll pop you over here, because otherwise I end up drawing behind you. Excellent. Here we go. Now, as to why the screen is grey today, who knows? I think my camera is slipping. I'll just move the book. 1 second while I just poke the exposure rate on this camera again. You're used to this by now. You're used to it by now. That might be too bright. I'm sorry for the flash. I might just do that. We'll see how we go. It's a little darker on one side. It is what it is. If I have to show yarn colours, I'll show them here, because that's actually pretty colour accurate. I need to get like a ring light that like mounts but doesn't shine on my face. Anyway, it's complicated. The deception, exactly! I might be like, describing her as a thumb does sound like me. Well, wannabe Wyvern, we are happy to have you for however long we have the honour. Don't like. We fast forward on your TV. What do I sound like in fast forward? Does your fast forward pitch correct, or do I turn into a total chipmunk? Okay. Anyway, we are drawing our little thumb princess, our little jelly bean. I'm leaning more towards Jelly Bean with her today. Okay, and we have pictures. Oh, belly up sleep, droopy leaf sleep. Oh, she's an icon. She's a darling. She's a total babe. Okay, but she is a thumb. The 2 little pointy feet. There we go. Sorry, I forgot to talk. Anyway, I'll probably use Safety Eyes today just because it gives that optimistic baby kind of look, which is why I've changed the pupils to round in my drawing, just so that we're already adjusted for it. I don't know why I think she had red irises, but maybe that's Meganium that had that. Name suggestion, Thumbelina. Cookies and crochet? That sounds fun. In Pokemon Too Many Types. Oh, I've watched other people play that. Chikorita is a bean type. That's accurate. Accurate. Thumb with legs. Because she's somewhere out there. Just trying to get these legs in the right spot. I think I've made them too far apart. Oh, yep, that fixed it. Might be going for a little seated position today, just because she's such a little guy. Do I like that? No, we'll go all fours. The real question is, are there toe beans? Are they pupil blinking? Sorry? Mr. Bones just... No? Okay. We have had a confirmation from our toe bean specialist that there are in fact no toe beans.
Back to you in the studio.
She does whip her leaf back and forth. Now, how many neck thingies does she have? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 visible from the front. So many. The answer is many. They go the whole way around. But as long as I make it many, it should be okay. Am I missing any clear details here? Oh, tail! We have a tiny nub of a tail that I have not drawn in. And technically her other leg would be kind of visible back here. I'm going to ink this real quick and then we'll do a part breakdown. You've played too many times, it's so complicated. Yeah, it's one of the games where I have a great time watching other people play it, but I don't think it's for me. But then, like, first of all, I love that every time I talk about this, I've changed my position on the subject, so, like, you guys are hopefully used to me by now. But I'm, like, eyeing off the Switch 2 again. For Pocopia, and then Wind and Waves. Honestly, by the time Wind and Waves comes out, there's a good chance that I will get it. I had a very slight and fortunate windfall where I came across a little bit of extra money that's almost enough to buy a Switch, and I'm just like, when unexpected money arrives, sometimes we can do nice things with it. So I'm thinking about it. We'll see. I know last week I was like, oh, definitely not, can't do it, here's why. And this week I'm back to, maybe. Next week I'll be like, nope, it's never going to happen, and the week after that I'll show up with a Switch. That's how this is going to work. That means the middle evolutions haven't been done from all 3 starters. Really? That's funny. We have to get on that, because those are not simple creatures, and we are running out of time. Let's see. Okay, in terms of pieces, I need to do a side view of her because she's a thumb. I'm sorry. I know apparently I described her that way in the past. It's accurate. She's just a little thumb bean. Tiny tail. Not much of a booty either. In fact, I may have even made her too long here. It was kind of, that's a seated position. I kind of want it upright. Do I have a different reference image for that? Ah, there we go. Perfect. Thank you to everyone providing me with reference images. I very much appreciate it. It means that I can always find exactly the question I have. The answer is there. I was like, look, she's got one little foot there, and then her belly barely gets off the ground. She's like a dachshund of the plant world. Because, like, I've drawn her with, like, long leggies here, but I'm looking at this reference image, and she's got no legs whatsoever. Oh, that's cute and funny and ridiculous and adorable. We might have to give her slightly more leg than that, though, to make it work. Looks like it's time for a middle child theme, maybe? Oh, and she does have, like, a little lip protrusion. It's like the only feature on her whole body. Okay. Well, I was trying to just draw the piece, but instead I've drawn the whole picture again. I actually find it really helpful to draw where I'm going to put the eye, just because then when I'm like, oh, we're up to this part, I'm like, oh, well, better go back and put the eye in. So we'll make this body shape as one piece, just as drawn there. The leaf I will draw to scale once we have a body piece, because it needs to be just longer than the body, and it'll be easier to make if I do have like a full sized thingy on my page. The little legs we'll probably do as tiny stumps, probably with a treble crochet toenail in there just to save us some effort. I'm thinking something like this, because then I can like sew them up the sides if we want them to be shorter, or attach them to the bottom if they need to be longer. Excuse me. The tail, we'll see what angle we approach the back of the body at, because I'm going to be working like straight rows up here and then trying to like flare it out the back. But that means that we might be approaching at quite a dramatic angle, and so the tail might become its own separate piece. Really, that's kind of it. We'll probably add a little lip panel as well to get that little lip protrusion, but I'll see how I feel about what she actually looks like. Earless bobbed tail leaf dog. Maybe? Happy time zone dazed. I found a mistake on the large thumb pattern from a dragon puppet. Love to comment on YouTube and Discord. Thank you, Nicole Maxwell. I knew that there would be a sprinkling of inconsistencies in there, and I will definitely go back and check that. Thank you so much for letting me know. That will, of course, happen after stream, however. So, colours for this little girl. She is a pastel green, which is honestly one of the harder colours for me to try and colour match. So, our options are lime and coconut. No. Our options are lime, or we have to go more blue with it. Because I'm not making her acid. Acid's the wrong colour for it. No, too blue. Because if I do that, I can pair it with that, which looks black on that camera, but is actually green. In fact, I probably have a... Didn't think my colour choices through before the stream started. Oh, hang on. I found the green. I believe this is called pasture. Nope, I don't like that. We need a juicier green. I'm trying to work out exactly what I mean when I say juicy. It's almost like a richness or a saturation. Like colours are either pastel or they're juicy. Or somewhere in between. Not loving how my greens are turning up on camera. This is almost like a rich Christmas tree green. It's very blue on the face cam. It's very black on the top down cam. So it's the closest I have to this colour, I think. I'm going to just turn my cam off and go rummaging for a little bit. And I know everybody will stay calm. I have faith in them. Because you guys don't seem like a panicking bunch. There will be consequences! Ooh, we have mint. I think it's too blue though. Let's see. No, that's the same colour I have out over there already. What is that one? That is the other colour I have out over there already. Okay, yeah, we have exhausted the greens. 54 colours and the greens always let me down. Okay, I am back in my seat at least. What colour are we possibly going to do your leaf, young lady? I'm going to go with these two. I understand it looks completely black on camera. I'm wondering if I can just adjust the settings for briefly so I can show you what I'm talking about. Let's see. Up the exposure by like a lot. That's pretty close to the right colour. And now we will go back to what we were. I've forgotten how to turn my camera back on. There it is. Okay, excellent. Thank you everybody for staying so calm, so orderly, so well behaved. Look at you guys go. Please note that I have managed to write down Chikorita and not like Chico Roll. Or like Chikawa. Yeah, mint was going the right way, but it's too much blue, and that's my problem. It's that like I want a green with this level of pastel, but this is as light as it gets, and so we just kind of have to make it work. Not my favourite thing, but we do it. We do it for the love of the craft. Alright, so I'm going to start at the top of the head, and we're just going to see how we go. Y'all, if you let me go over 18 stitches around, we're going to have a problem here. She is a tiny little bean of a thing, and we should be able to get through her, and like depending on how quickly we go, we might be able to get through more than that today. That's duck egg. Someone's suggesting sage. I think that's my sage. Honestly, all of the other greens really are too blue, so yeah, Jaden Animations is where I found out, well, first got introduced to Chikawa. Six. Okay, that's 6. Current name list is Pug, Thumbelina, Sage, and Knapp. They might be doing a bundle with the Switch 2 and Pocopia in Australia. Yeah, I looked at that. And then I crunched the numbers, and it turns out it costs like an extra $30 from just buying them separately. So, and you only get a downloaded version of Pocopia, whereas I know that everything's only download codes these days, but like, at least you get the case. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. So, see, there we go. I'm talking myself back out of it. Yeah, I don't know if I'll go for the collab unless it's got, not the collab, the bundled version, unless it does come out at a significant discount. But currently I'm better off sourcing the cheapest Switch 2 I can find, which for anybody in Australia was currently at Officeworks, actually. And the game, which varies depending on who is trying to like lure you into their shop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is it Willow because she whips her hair back and forth? Because I always think about that whenever I see this dang leaf. You want to name her after Chiquita Banana? Don't go over 18. Thank you, Breeze! This is my 18 row. So that was a good timed reminder. But if we do like an itty bitty little one, I never want to promise you guys 3, particularly when there's a backlog, but, you know, there's another one that if you pick it, we'll probably pick a 3rd one. I won't tell you who it is, though. Because that gets rid of all the fun. And what if you pick a complicated 1/3? Well, that's why we have the Not Just One More board. Ah, yeah, okay, cool, we're good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Missed a lot of Gen 2 streams. I have to stay for the reveal of the all when complete. Yeah. This was... We're right on track, actually, from what I predicted. I think I originally predicted that we would be done with Gen 2 by the end of May, and it's going to be closer to like mid to end of June if we stay on track. But that's not half bad, because then like the summary video I can try and schedule for like maybe August, because I'm realistic about what my editing looks like. And I once again have not been extracting excerpts, but you guys have been really good about giving me timestamps about cool moments, and so I really appreciate that. And come on, brain, form a sentence. What's wrong with you right now? Oh, we're shy. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna write my notes down while my brain remembers how to form sentences. Oh, and then we should be actually done with Gen 3 by the end of the year. There we go. That wasn't so hard. There we are. So 18 is as big around as her head is going to be. And now we just need to do some rows. And I'm going to use a stitch marker. Next thing to watch out for is, don't let me remove that stitch marker before counting. But we also got to put eyes in at some point. But we have plenty of time for that. You completely forgot about the Just One More board. Yes, so did I, in a sense. In that, like, we have been, like, picking things off it, believe it or not. But it'd be nice to, like, go back and see them. Honestly, my focus has been trying to like get us to get through some of the like complicated ones, and so we've been better off doing 2 reasonably complicated ones in a stream rather than a complicated one and an easy one. I'm just trying to make the last few as straightforward as possible. Yep, new Dungeon Crawler Carl on Tuesday. I am wearing my donut and Mongo t-shirt, and that's Carl. We've got this is Mongo. We've got Princess Donut, who they've done as a white Persian for some reason. This is official merch as far as I can tell. But yeah, no, people will insist on pretending she's a white Persian, and I'll admit I saw her as like a white Persian in my head as well when I was reading the stories. But nope, she is a calico Persian. Any more Pokemon game content coming? I will be filming that next weekend. Yeah. So that will be the last video for May, so in like 2 more weeks. But yeah, no, there is definitely another episode of Pokemon Black coming up, and they'll go back to being once per month from there on out. It was just I needed a little break. A little break, too many Pokemon, over Pokemoned. Thank you! I got this particular one from Threadless. I also got like a Desperado Club one, and Mr. Bones and I both have the donut holes one too. So now Dungeon Crawler Carl t-shirt merch makes up like 80% of my wardrobe. There we go. Ah, the calico pattern on the part you can't see. No, she clearly, like, she definitely has like a brown streak down the middle of her face. But that's okay. Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited about the Parade of Horribles book coming out. I was almost going to like try and crochet a donut and Mongo for it, but the timing just isn't going to line up, I don't think. Maybe I can do it after it's released. I still have had the ebook on my phone since February or whenever it was out, and I still have only read the prologue, but I don't know. For me, it's such a treat that like I kind of feel like it's kind of like when you like realize you're listening to your favorite song and then when it's over you go back and you listen to it from the start because you didn't enjoy it hard enough. I'm kind of like not in the state of mind to enjoy the book properly, so I need to like wait until I have like the mental space to thoroughly enjoy the book. I don't think 18 was the right choice here, she said in a run-on sentence. I think that we should have stopped at like 15, because this is quite a beefy little head that we're getting here. Let's see if I can make the visuals work. So it goes down to here, and then the body goes out to here. She's a little. She could be smaller. She could be smaller. This size will look right with the 9mm safety eyes. We'll just soldier on. It's fine. She's not too big. Oh, you read that they have her whiter in the webtoon for design purposes. That makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know if this shirt was based on the webtoon or not. I think there's lots of fan art out there, and Threadless was admittedly at the time having a big contest for fan art to turn into official designs. I never actually bothered going back and looking at the winners, but I'm looking forward to doing so. I don't know, there's like 15 different versions of every book now, so like the merchandising, it's kind of hard to tell what's real and what's not. You need to listen to the 7th book still? Ah! Okay, well, yeah, no, you got to get on that loot. I'm not that far behind. You've been re-listening to them to get ready? I should do that. That would help warm me up. And they're doing a simultaneous release of Jeff Hayes' audiobook version too, Soundbooth Theatre. So, honestly, I'll probably listen to it before I read it, but that's usually how... I don't know. Sometimes I read it first, then I listen to it, then I read it again. But this time I might listen to it first because then I can like read it while I'm working on bigger projects. Maybe that's been my problem. I haven't had a lot of like bigger projects with mental space recently. What is wrong, honey?
Can I have some stuffing?
You are full on gremlin mode right now. I offered you the puff. Ah.
Just need a little bit. There you go. Take the rest.
Yes. Could you not put it in the air? It ends up in my brain. Yoli didn't need stuffing. He just wanted to pretend he needed stuffing. Oh, it might be a tortoiseshell. I'm so sorry. I might be getting calico and tortoiseshell mixed up. I'm not super into the cat lingo. I just know that she has the multiple spots of like brown and black. Completion stream doing my backlog? Maybe. Honestly, I should make myself more comfortable with just like flicking on the stream in the middle of the week when I have stuff to catch up on. And if I'm just going to be sitting here catching up on my Pokemon anyway, I may as well have some company. The problem is that I always go into those streams thinking, I'll just be quiet for a bit, but then I think we're all just very uncomfortable with the silence, and I end up chatting away to you guys anyway. Because like, I'll admit that Sunday stream, I tends to just be a little bit more performative. I like to be like really engaged with you guys and just like making whatever we're doing work. But if I do a catch-up stream, there's a pretty good chance that I'll just kind of be like quiet time, you know, but that means that I can't just watch a TV show in the background, which does make the time go faster. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's like there's a trade-off there. Plus I can't stream when I'm filming the Pokemon Black episodes because not only are there spoilers around the room, but I don't like to do them on stream. There's like a yuckiness to it. I don't even know what Mr. Bones is doing right now, but he's definitely scuttling about. Parallel playtime, exactly. I do a lot of that. Okay, I'm going to start increasing for the back now. Then I'm going to space it part of the way around. So say this is the round of my stitches, and say this is my starting point, and there is 18 in the round. Cool, you can see what I'm doing well enough. This is good. I want to put the back in the center here. So we'll do this. So each one of those is going to be an increase. And I want 1 stitch between each of them, so it uses up 5 stitches, because I think 5 stitches across is a good amount, particularly as it'll like V out from there. So now I just need to work out what's left. So that's 18 minus 5 is 13, which means it's going to be slightly off center, but that's not going to be a big deal. So we'll do like 7 on one side and 6 on the other. And that's how I work out how to position things. I think it's been a long time since this was a design advice type of stream, but I'm still in this. Yeah. And that'll get us up to 21. Oh, good morning, Drac. You loved that cat? Which cat? Your daughter had a silver tabby that fought off a harrier hawk once. The thing picked him up and was carrying him. Oh, no. The cat twisted around and kicked the bird in the face. Yeah, we had a little Shih Tzu poodle. He was my puppy. I got him when I was 14, and he lived until I was 28. So he just kept on going. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We were always really afraid of letting him outside because we have these things called wedge-tailed eagles over here. Now, I don't want to like poke too much fun at the delightful American menaces that we love very much, but guys, your bald eagles are tiny and eat fish, and our wedge-tailed eagles carry off sheep and toddlers. And so like we have a nesting pair where my puppy was, and we couldn't let him outside unsupervised because like he was just a snack. He was a snack shape. So yeah. 7, here we go. A mini catch-up time in the regular streams, we could do that. But if you guys want to peek behind the curtain, it's sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes when I'm like, oh whoops, we're done with this one, let's just move on and try a different one, it's because I've hit a mental block with them. And doing them off stream gives me time to like work that mental block loose. So sometimes we need that. Her head could be turned a tiny bit, but it wouldn't have to be, just because my starting point is going to like slope down one side. She's not necessarily going to be crooked now, however, it is me making her. So there's almost a guarantee that they'll be crooked, because that's just kind of how complicated knots do. Tales take down $1 million mining surveillance drones like they're cardboard. Yeah, but weren't they just training hawks to do that too? What is happening?
I made a thing.
What is it?
Chikorita having morning coffee.
You made her a travel mug.
I made a thing. It's Chikorita having morning coffee.
You made her a travel?
So you stab that into her throat on either side, and then she's got the. It's her extendy things.
I'm so sorry. It was just the description of stab that into her throat on either side.
It's so she could have that. And she's got the I don't know, tentacles holding a cup of morning coffee.
Okay.
Yeah. It will make sense at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, at the end.
I love you very much. I don't see the vision, but I'm looking forward to it being revealed. I trust the process.
If I could stab her at the end, it will make sense.
I am blind to the vision, but I am trusting the process.
Yeah.
I've seen the coyote repellent jackets with the giant spikes on them. You're excited to see her with safety eyes. They will be popped in momentarily. I just want to grow her back out a little bit more, just so it'll help define where the central point is. Okay, I think the vision is something like this. But like if these were like Bulbasaur vines. Chikorita drinking coffee sounds mildly cannibalistic, seeing as how she's just a little bean. Just a tiny bean. Increase. 1, 2. There we are. Okay, I am on track. And increase. One. Increase. Oh, no. No way to do this centered. 1. Increase. Very off center. Increases in 2 stitches and even numbers never work for me. I know that I rail against odd numbers sometimes, but like, well, no, it's prime numbers I don't like. But I gotta say, odd numbers are way easier to like position one stitch in the middle of. It's like, this is kind of a pain in the butt. Not unlike door number 3. 1, 2, 3, single increase. And then we'll do 7 back to the start. And that brings us up to 24. And I've let you grow quite large, haven't I, miss? I drink the roasted ground up bodies of my enemies. It's not that strange. Humans eat other mammals. Can you add London as a name suggestion? I suggested it before, but it might have been missed. Yeah. London is no less reasonable than any of the others. You're going to count neck dots? Thank you. I think it's 12. Okay, so the back is flaring out nicely. We can add the eyeballs in now. Let's just get the stuff. You know, the stuff. Come on. There we go. Might be almost time for me to rebuy these. I think I'm down to my last 100, which I know sounds like a lot, but when you consider that we still have 700 Pokemon to go, and I use these for other things too. On the off, sometimes I work on other things. Why wouldn't I? The supply might be running a little low. Who knows? Who knows when suddenly we can't get stuff overseas anymore. Anyway, you're overthinking. I'm overthinking! I'm definitely overthinking, always. Its eyes are in the front of its head, not the side. The suggestion... you suggest it's a predator. You know what? That's true! But they're not on top of its head, so it's not an ambush predator, it's just the regular kind. Hang on, that requires a modification. Rar. 10? Okay, it's 10. That's so weird because like I feel like okay, nope, I can work with 10. 10 is good. I feel like that's roughly the right position. Because like her eyes are very close to the front of her face. That's about the right distance on the side. Room for a little mouth in between. Yep, okay, I'm good with those. This back looks like it's too big for these ones. It might have gotten refiled wrong. She specifically asks for soy milk. Nah, Mr. Bones, she's a plant. She probably asks for blood and bone. I love my curved sewing needle, quite unironically, and I think that they make sewing things together so much easier. So, I'm pleased for you. I'm pleased that, oh, I frogged a stitch in my distraction. I hurt myself in my confusion. I'm very pleased. You're on a curved needle journey now. And if you find yourself stabbing yourself slightly more often than usual, trust me, you do eventually adjust to the angle of your particular needle. Okay. Now I want this booty to curve downwards a little bit more, so I'm just going to do a row of single crochet around. 1, 2, 3. Angry Bear Ironworks, that is one of the darker reads I've met on the Pokemon universe. And yeah. Sure. Here we go. And around we go. As the purple void returned. She's evil now? Okay, we'll just keep adjusting. Surprisingly evil. It's surprisingly evil to make things look easy. No, it's surprisingly easy to make things look evil. The only thing that's missing is like some little oddish leaves sticking out the top of the mug. We all know what's up. That's what she's drinking. How do I draw this? This is a new concept for me. It's a whole lot of coffee mug for not a lot of oddish. She steeps him like a tea bag. If we don't get this finished, don't look at me. This is you guys. You guys are doing this. No visible differences between the males and females. Excellent. That gives you guys carte blanche to name her as you please, which is always nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I like chickpea. Much nicer than any of the other like peas or beans we could name her after. Ink, single ink, single ink. She's evil, we can name the cute little chickpea Garbanzo. Does sound very tough for a little bean. Little Garbanzo. Hang on. It's probably my responsibility to tell you guys what we named the others. Let's see if you guys can look it up before I can. Oh, excellent. I have it open already. Go team! Okay, so we have named at least one of the other two. We have named Magenium Hibiscusaurus. So the tea and biscuits theme could absolutely work there. Even though it's hibiscus, it sounds like biscuit. Or we could just go with the beans. The beans totally works. And then one more increase. You finally started a pattern as soon as I posted it. Excellent. That dragon puppet is deceptively long taking. Normally my filming for a pattern video is like 2-3 hours, sometimes 4 at a stretch. Those things take like 6 hours to make because of all the ribbing. And yeah, there's probably easier ways to do it, but once I did one with the ribbing, I had to show you guys how to make the one with the ribbing. So I hope anybody who was trying that and did need my pattern, because some of you just sort of worked it out. Go team. Yeah, I hope it's enough information, because I've already heard several reports of the fact that I apparently have tiny hands. So, not something I've ever been accused of, but here we are. You made the head, 3 legs, and currently working on the thumb leg. Excellent, excellent. So you're basically nearly done then. Because you could just like get a regular glove and attach those and... Excellent. Yee! I cannot wait to see all the little puppet shows. Okay, back. Booty needs a little bit more. Booty needs a little bit more. I'm trying to alternate where the extra stitch goes to keep it relatively even. It means that we're zigzagging backwards and forwards a little bit. But in general, we're doing okay. Let's see, what are we up to now anyway? That would have got us to 27. We're now up to 30. Ugh. Ugh. Well, maybe it's just a slice of oddish then. Maybe it's not the full oddish. Maybe you slice it like a radish and you just put one little bit in for the infusing. Better or worse, folks? Better or worse? How are we feeling about that idea? Absolutely, I want to see videos. In fact, if you share them to the Discord, I'll do my best to include them in the credits. We've gotten a little lax with including your guys' finished project in the credits, but it's normally because I'm running so close to deadline. By the time we get there, it's kind of just like, just get it out. But I'm not deliberately not doing it. And so if you guys put together a little videos of you guys playing with your dragons in neat and orderly and safe for work ways, there is a good chance that I will try and make them the credits of an upcoming video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So videos are a little bit more effort than I don't know what I'm biting off there. So I will try, but if it ends up being a day-long ordeal on its own, I don't know. We'll do our best. Alright. Night, Javel Trades. Thank you for hanging out. Wondering if we've seen baby oddishes? Maybe baby oddishes start seed-sized. What, you think she prefers to eat the babies? That said, a lot of seeds are superfoods. Like chia seeds are absolute powerhouses. Just call them the mitochondria of the seed kingdom. I kind of like the idea of oddish being half a meter. Because like, for anyone wondering, it's about this big. It's kind of like the size of a plump volleyball, and that's such a happy idea. I like the vibe of oddish. Oddish has always just been very chill. We're not slicing and dunking oddish. Chikorita is. We're not monsters. Okay. No, there's never any pressure to post on Discord. It was just that's the easiest place for us to collect stuff from. Still, I'd be happy to see it. Okay, I feel like we need just a little bit. We're getting there. We're real close. Just going to do a row of 30 and see if that gives us the depth we're looking for this majestic little bean. Don't have strong opinions on Oddish, but he's just a little guy. Don't get me wrong, he never makes my team, but I've occasionally had I have occasionally had a Vileplume if there's been no other options, just for status controls. But, like, if I lived in a Pokemon world, I would absolutely have a little Oddish just vibing on my windowsill. 100%. Don't forget the tail. Ooh, that's a good point. That's a good point. I could build it here. Let's see, do we want to add the tail in situ? How's that? That'd be where I would put it. Alright, fine, you've twisted my arm with your excellent point making. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You know what? That's not nearly as crooked as I thought we were. Go team with the zigzags. Fine, if we're adding a tail, I'm making you do 5 stitches in 1 stitch though. That's just how this is going to go. Apparently feeling sassy today. That would make it 34. Oh my goodness, are we... Is Oddish a... No, I don't know if I can make that joke. Okay, anyway, are we drinking Oddish's bathwater? Am I planning on sewing on the next spots? I am indeed. I may even treat myself to some little French knots. If they turn out the right size. Or the modified version that I do, because it means that I can actually get them done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tiny nubby tail. That little stubby tail used for lowering defenses. Eyes are done. Eyes are snapped on. But thank you, Mr. Bones. Snap the eyes. I've done it already. The eye backs are done, I promise. Just like, don't get me wrong here. I love it. I appreciate it. Please never stop. But I love the fact that we've reached the point where you guys know to start screaming, snap the backs on. When we get to this point in a project. I'm just like, yeah, accurate. That's fair. Yes, yes, it would seem all tea is bathwater. Ooh, we might be back to peppermint tea season, actually. Do love me some peppermint tea. It tastes just like a candy cane. Let's see, is that enough of a tiny nub of a tail? More after these short messages. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that's plenty. That's absolutely plenty. Look at the tiny little tail. It's like... so little. It's so little, I love it. Alright, we're going to do 16 stitches. We're going to skip 5. And then we're going to do 13 more. Which is actually bringing us down to 29. And I've done this to myself. It is what it is. The delay is strong with this stream. It should never be more than about 30 seconds is the standard, but it does depend on what the internet's doing, where I am and where you guys are. I will say that if you... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Mr. Bones is just telling you the hack, as it were. Basically, if you watch a stream at like 1.25 speed, once you catch up, it'll tick you back down to a regular speed. If just in case the delay is other. Promise I'm not playing with the space-time continuum. We just be doing what we be doing. Okay, tiny tail, and now I have to close it off correctly and not muck it up. Which means establishing 4 corners. So 1 there, and 1. We thinking there, or 1 stitch over from there? 1 stitch over. Okay, so we have 3 stitches and then our first one. Excuse me. There we go. Her little toenails remind me of that, like, you know when you look at like a black bean, how it's got that little white like germination spot? There's like a word for it, but like that's where like the plant starts to grow from. It just reminds me of those. So like if you left her for too long, like plants would start growing out of her toenails. Which I'm depicting as cute for some reason, though I think we all know that that's horror. That's horror. Okay, and then we have a single crochet 3 together at the end, so I can start building my circle. So I'm here. We do a single crochet 3 together there, and a single crochet 3 together there, and there's 3 stitches here. And that leaves how many? So that uses up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that's 10 stitches until the skip. I'll just depict the skip there. And we have 10 stitches there, and we need another decrease 3 here. And it needs to be 3 across the butt, I think, as well. But it's like 1 before and 2 after. So it's 4, so that makes that side 6. Then we have 13 stitches over here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Leaving 5 stitches remaining. Yeah. We might just have to risk it looking crooked and do that. We all clear on the plan? Excellent. Just taking a moment to write it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which will get us back down to 21. I mean, we can call her Nub. There we go. Start pulling that in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, do I want to go 5? 1, 2, 3. Huh. My count isn't working out quite the way I wanted it to. Did I skip a stitch? Okay, well that was 5 anyway. Maybe I didn't count correctly. 1, 2, and then we will do 3 there. I think it looks better with 3 across the booty, more balanced. So you write down the plan and then you adjust the plan to allow for like what things are actually looking like. One veggie nugget, still like Willow. Name suggestion: Pugsley. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, I must have just counted incorrectly because this is working out fine. Or I've missed a stitch somewhere. That also has happened to me in the past. I'm just going to actually count how many stitches I have in my row here so I can mark which row is wrong so I can fix it when I type the notes up later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Nope, well, we ended up with 21 stitches, so we're fine. I just must have miscalculated as I was putting this row together. Wunderbar. Oh my goodness, I'm loving just the little tail, guys. It's got a little tail. Okay, we have 21 stitches left, but we gotta like be way more aggressive with like the, you know the. How to keep it balanced? This is the question. Together with 1 at the back, so I can fill that gap in. That leaves that with a 4 and a 1, so we'll change that to 2 single crochet and a single crochet 3 together, and this leaves us with a 4, a 3, and a 3. Yeah, we'll do 3 single crochet 3 together, makes that 3. Where it's 2 on the other side, but I think it's fine. I'm sorry, I have an itchy eyelid. Yeah, there's. There we go. Okay, let's try this. 1, 2, and I could have absolutely built feet in on the underside, but it's just gonna be so much easier, so much less thinky think, as we put it, to just make them and sew them on, that I'm gonna do it because I give myself permission to do that with Pokemon. Whereas like if this is a pattern I'm actually like putting out, I try and feed the unholy thirst for no sew patterns where I can. That's 2. There we go. And back to the start. And it's on the underside, so like the fact that it's slightly uneven should be fine. What is the name list at the moment, by the way? Opinions on Chikorita's best move. Oof, you don't understand. I judge Pokemon based on their aesthetic. And I very rarely have plant types that make the team. So I don't think I've ever used Chikorita. Tackle body slam? Yeah, that works. If I had a list, I'd pick my favorite out of the list. What is the magnet wire necklace thing? That is Chikorita's coffee, courtesy of Mr. Bones. And I think we're supposed to impale her afterwards. But I've been advised to trust the process, and I'm okay with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Boo! I thought we were going to hit 12, and I was really pleased with it. That's okay. We can just do 1 decrease over the booty, and that it's basically 2 decreases for the price of 1, and it'll fix the 13 issue. So single crochet 3 together, and then Ooh. Oof, oof, oof. We have 2 and a single 3. Our goal is to close this off, and so we should be aiming... And then we'll do a decrease and a single to finish. Oh no, we'll do a single and then a decrease. That spaces it out a little nicer. And then we'll start with a decrease and a single. Then a decrease and a single. I think that's all the stitches, and it should keep everything spaced evenly and reduce us by 4, which gets us to 9, which I can work with. Her vines do pop out of the spikes on her neck. Good to know. Yeah, I will say that ginger is known for having stomach soothing properties. So is marshmallow root, but don't just consume marshmallow root. And regular marshmallows don't contain mallow anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, I thought this was going to get us to 9. How are we at 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I've only used 12 stitches. That'll do it. We're just going to work this row as we work it, and I'll write down what I do. Because like it's annoying me right now that the simple math isn't mathing properly for me. Here we go. So let's start by working 2 decreases across the front. I think that'll be cute. 1 and 2. See, we're already changing things up from the row. Cross you out. And we'll do 1 little single, and then we'll go decrease, single crochet 3 together, decrease, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then a single crochet to finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool, leaving me with 7, and 7 is small enough to finish on. You don't have to go down to 6. There we go. They're just marsh now, so pretty much. Alrighty, where are my snippers? There they are. Your best move was leafage. Morning, Mark. You're here awfully early. There we go. Oh, happy time zone, Andromeda. I hope you sleep well. There we go. In. There we go. Okay. So we have our little biscuit, our little nubbins. How am I doing? She's a little chubbier than I thought she'd be, but that's okay. So in terms of the leaf, we have here some sort of sense of scale. So it has to go from like here to like here with a swerve in it. So let's make it that long to start with. That's our middling point. And it looks like it's a curvy leaf. So we'll do something like this. Not too much of a stem, because then it'll get too floppy. Yeah, so these will probably be possibly double trebles, but like the idea now is we work long stitches around in our green. Sorry, the thoughts are coming from far away. We'll get back on track. Okay, so Latios and Latias, Andy, the best advice I can give is I think it's Laleep that does it. Or it's one of them. There's a move called, I think it's called Arena Trap. Doug Trio has it. The occasional Flagon has it. What's it called? And Laleep has it as well. It's like a suction cup type ability where I can't remember if they use escape or if they use raw, but basically if you're hunting any of those really, like the Pokemon who like to escape, you need to have, I think it's Arena Trap is the one that I'm thinking of, which stops them from escaping. It works on Abra as well. And once you have them like cornered, using moves like False Swipe and that sort of thing can be very, very helpful. Or use the Master Ball, that's also an option. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Now, which end's which? I've drawn it this way, but up and back to scoop it. Yeah, no, we want it this way. Okay, so now leaf, chain 16, and we're going to start with a half double just to get up to size quickly without having to worry about additional turning chains and whatever. So we'll do a half double and then we'll do a double. It's always interesting to me to see if these turn out okay. I think it's too soon to go up to a treble, so we'll do another double. Now we'll go up to a treble. One and two, so that's 2 doubles, 2 trebles. We didn't start off as thin as we could have, but we're heading there. And I actually think we can just do trebles across the middle here. So I'm thinking 3 trebles, a double treble, and then 3 more treble at the other end, and then we'll like go to a really narrow little picoey type point. I already get the vibe that this is not going to be my most perfectly proportioned leaf, but yeah, it'll be fine. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Eh. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the 15 stitches we have. So I know I want a slip stitch, single, single, half double. So we'll do 2 doubles, 2 half doubles, 2 singles, slip stitch, little picot for flavor, and then we start up the other way, and then up other way, going backwards, so I don't have to write out the same progression of stitches again. Prepare for treble and make it double. Always, always. Is there something wrong with treble? No? Oh, is it because of the triple? Is that a question about triple crochet versus treble crochet? Because I used to say triple crochet, and now I say treble crochet. Don't know why the shift, just sort of happened that way. Or is it because I said prepare for treble, make it double? I amuse myself. I've run out of chains. I miscounted. Okay, well, It's fine, we'll just convert that last one to the slip stitch of my dreams. And picot. A nice little tippy tip. I got your Team Rocket pun. Don't you worry about that. You are. You have been exposed as a fake Pokemon fan. That's okay though. We still love you. Honestly, I sit here in a room that contains more than 300 Pokemon, having like shiny hunted and put it's thousands of hours into various Pokemon games, and I feel like a fake fan these days. So I think it's one of those things where the instinct for folks to gatekeep is strong to protect their spaces, but even if you just think Pikachu is cute, I think you belong in the group. You're welcome here. Sorry, you weren't even being exposed as a fake Pokemon fan. You were being exposed as a non-crocheter. It's alright, everybody. He's our resident blacksmith. We voted. He can stay. He made the trimmers I'm currently using. Currently drawing Disney characters in chronological order. You're now in the 40s era. Not something I'd ever really thought about. So that'd be what? Princess and the Frog would be. I always thought that was 20s, but then I'm not great with my history. 101 Dalmatians feels like it's kind of back-ish then. Beauty and the Beast still has like French aristocracy, so that's old. This is what I know. It's not much. Arena Trap doesn't work on flying or levitating Pokemon. You have a Wobbuffet with Shadow Tag, but it doesn't have False Swipe, and Shadow Tag doesn't work when you take the Wobbuffet out. Okay. We have reached the limits of what I remember about this tactic. If there was a way to teach Wobbuffet False Swipe, I remember having to like specifically breed and hatch a Pokemon for use here. But this all sounds really annoying, and I'm sorry. Look at you with your sizable leaf. You sell a new pair every Thursday? That's amazing. There we go. Leaf. Okay, so it still looks like black on that screen, but I promise it's green. The colours are just going to look a little off. And of course it's growing straight out of the middle of your head, isn't it? Where's my tortoise? You can tell what kind of week I'm having by how few pins I have left in the tortoise. There we go. And I'll try and give it some anchoring and some twist when I sew it on. But like, it looks huge, but I only did it to scale with the reference images we got. Okay, giving you a nice flat head there, flat head. We need some little legs, but I actually should start the name poll because the little legs aren't going to take any time at all. So, did we arrive at 4 distinct legs? We did! Excellent. Okay, so we have Willow or Wonto. Thumbelina. She's a pretty little squirt. We have Chickpea. Because it's a chick and a pea. I need to extend this so I can actually do this. There. Stop. Stop. Why are you like this? Chickpea and London. He's hoping she's not a bridge and she is not falling down. Oh, it would have been really funny if we'd named Majani and Big Ben. Then we could have London and Big Ben. There we go. Name her. She needs a name. Did that, but it didn't work yet. Oh, yeah. Well, good luck. We wish you luck. Four distinct legs. Well, yeah, as opposed to the 3 indistinct legs. Oh, am I doing that in the first row? No, I'll just stitch those on. She's only little. She's just a little gal. 6. You somehow have an extra dragon puppet leg. How did that happen? Did you accidentally make 5? Like 1 for each finger? Like make 4 legs and then a thumb? Because, yeah, it took me a second, but I'm pretty sure I went back and I changed the video to show like 3 at the top, but I think it originally said make 4 until like the last 10 minutes before I started exporting. Leg magic ring 6. 6 single crochet, 5 single crochet, and an increase. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Or maybe you're just trying to make a second puppet. Tell you what, it's a bit of a trip to have one on each hand. They're kind of the opposite of fingerless gloves. Oh my goodness, is that what I'm doing for her little leg? Is that all she's getting? You guys, I can't do that to her, can I? I might have to. That looks like proportionate. That looks like what it's supposed to be. It's so small! No, that's perfect! Oh my goodness, this is wrong. This is wrong and evil. Okay, there we go. Yeah, no, absolutely the legs could have been just attached in, or they could have just been done as like a little cluster feet. It's not... yeah, it easily could have been done, but I'll admit that I avoid using some of the more complicated methods that require me to think things through a little bit more. When I'm on stream, I don't know, it's just sort of happened that way. I've gotten really, really good at a certain set of skills, and then I've noticed that I don't use certain methods that require any frogging, which I think has accidentally perpetuated the myth that I don't frog very much. I frog all the time. It's just, I don't consider frogging to be good content in terms of streaming. And it means that I can get a little bit frustrated, and that's not fun to watch either. It's just like, that's a bad vibe. So until I work on my temperament, you guys are going to have to put up with me just deliberately choosing tactics and techniques and approaches that don't annoy me. I'm so sorry, I have a piece of stuffing up my nose. I knew this would happen when Mr. Bones was like wafting it everywhere. I will deal with that in a minute. Okay, I made these two joined together just so that they wouldn't get lost. One tiny little back foot, just enough to hold up the butt. Do 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 do. 2 tiny little back feet. Will live. Oh, the pattern for the horns, magic ring of 4 and then 4 rows of 4 single crochet. Unless you're using other horns. It's a tube. Finger only gloves or palmless gloves. Yeah. Five, 6. They're so small, I'm just going to make all 4 of them and save us the effort later. Particularly as it gives you guys a little bit more time to vote. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Finger only sounds like pasta. Yes, I'll have the finger only. And now I've said it, it sounds dirty. So I won't be saying that again. Finger full, maybe? This is fine. Keeping my phalanges-based composure, why wouldn't I be? Night Days, thanks for hanging out. I vote for gloveless fingers, that's way better. I like that one. Running out of pins, made too many pieces. Yeah, and I'll stitch on little toenails and her little necklace and a little mouth. One more leg and I'll close the pole. We polished this one off in like an hour. We've been streaming for an hour and 22, but I'm just assuming it took me a little bit to get going. Bye, Fruit Batty. Thanks for hanging out. Once he says something is dirty, everything sounds dirty for a while. Yeah, it's kind of like after you clean the bathroom. You yourself are a filth creature until you have showered. Can't make it make sense. Yeah. Four, 5, 6. Yeah, attaching the feet to the body with a long chain is a really good idea. Because it's not even like there's a pocket you can just stuff the feet into. I don't know how I'm going to keep mine together. I'm tempted to go see if I can find some wooden posing hands that they have, that they use for that artists use for drawing. You can get the little dudes. You know, you'll know the ones. They're the ones that kind of have a head that's shaped like this. And then they've got and you can pose them in various ways because they've got a bunch of wooden ball and socket joints. I know that they've got some hand-only ones out there, and so I'm tempted to go find some of those for my dragons. Oh, I better finish him. He is a little teapot after all. Those guys. Oh, I love the idea of a little egg-shaped baggie. That's so cute. He sleeps in his egg. Alrighty, I hope you are satisfied with the name you have chosen. I've managed not to look at the poll results yet. There we go. You have used up the last of my pins, little miss. Thank you, Angry Bear. We appreciate your self-control. All right, what have we named him, her? Let's go with her. IKEA sells those hands. Excellent. Thank you, Cleo Rocks. I will look those up because it would be nice to just be able to have them looking right. You have named her Chickpea. Very cute. Chickpea came first with 43%, then came Thumbelina at 32%, Willow at 21%, and London at 4%. So thank you to everybody who voted. Mr. Bones is not threatening you with a hammer. I believe he is gesturing with a ban hammer. Just to be very clear here. So that is where we're going to leave little Chikorita for now, which is basically nearly done. And we're going to put the hammer down, sir. And we are going to pick another one. Of course, now you're onto my tricks. It won't be as fun. So I will still go for a break, even though it's only been a little bit, because it's a good habit to get up and stretch my legs. So there you go. You may pick any of those 3. It'll take me a second to wrangle the screen into the configuration we want it to be. So take your time, leave your guesses in the chat, because goodness knows I adore reading what you guys think I'm up to. But yeah, all right. I will see you guys in a little bit. I hope you guessed correctly, or I hope you chose wisely, I should say. If they're the shiny colours, it's not on purpose. That is, if they're the shiny colours, that is purely coincidental. That was not at all, that wasn't me. So anyway, let's close this poll off. You guys have definitely made a decision. Let's see how you feel about it. Okay, so you guys have picked... Oh, these numbers are kind of pretty. You picked number 2 with 44% of the vote, then came number 1 at 33%, and number 3 at 23%. And I saw some guesses as to who you think number 2 is, and I think the one that I saw was Ladybug, potentially. So you have another minute or so to, like, get your guesses in there. Did you dodge the Whooper? We're trying to play Whack the Whooper, and I will confirm that later. But in the meantime, we will remove door number 2, and you can see who you have picked. I finally found the answer into tricking you to pick the boring colours. The answer is make them purple. Here we go. So, you may not recognise this spot when I first show it to you, but it's definitely there. Front and centre. Look at that spot! That's a big old spot! I love that I'm arguing as though I'm getting any pushback whatsoever, but for some reason I'm expecting some pushback on this one. Also, can somebody explain to me why the bear has 4 fingers and a thumb, but only 3 toes? Also a massive, magnificent mullet. Thank you. Thankfully, we are ticking the bear off our list now. Ursaring is our 85th Pokemon. It's a spot, okay? Just because you chose to look at it as a ring doesn't mean that it's not a spot. That was a spot, plain and simple. Let's get the bear out here. There's a bear in there. It's a Kodiak moment. Rawr. Rawr, rawr, rawr. Dun, rawr. Sorry. I don't know why I amused myself that much just then, but I really, really did. Oh, you're reading those as shoulder pads? I'm kind of seeing it as like a long mullet type of thing. Anyway, I'm fine. Why wouldn't I be fine? Maybe he's a little teapot too. What happened on break? Sorry, Mr. Bones has attached her coffee to her. She's waiting for it to cool down slightly so she can drink it. Wait. Okay. Clear some room and let's draw a bear. Alright, Angry Bear Ironworks, you do have 4 fingers and a thumb, but you only have 3 toes on each foot, and please do not provide photographic evidence. Righty, scrolling down. Oh my goodness, sorry, I'm just now scrolling past all of the Chikorita photos that I missed the first time. Thank you very much, everybody. Okay. Still scrolling. Okay, there we go. Sorry, Mr. Bones' reference images have come with some comments. Dramatic bear. Oh, on duty. Much serious. Oh, look at him with his mouth open. Buddy. Sorry, just taking a second to bask in the bear. Then I will regain my composure. Oh, by the way, when I saw you guys were going to pick this one, I pulled out Gummy, who is the little teddy Ursa? Yeah, that we made such a long time ago. This was back when we did the Gen 2 Catch and Stitch, which was my 2nd or 3rd ever Pokemon video. Yeah. That's our little Gummy. And so I'll be using Gummy to inform the colours, even though he looks like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. It's a thought I will deal with that thought in order and in time. So let's take that out, put it over there, and let's draw the big square bar. He's also a thumb. What's with all the thumb Pokemon today? Thumb is very much like a no definition between head and neck type of thing for me. And we cannot forget his butt balloon. And I know that sounds really, really wrong, but his tail is literally like, if I drew him as a bear, like sideways. Could have done this afterwards. For some reason, doing it now. Let's see, that's the bear. Let's see. He's got claws by his side, his fingers and his thumb. And he's got his ring, and he's got his head. Why is this going to be a better photo, or better picture, than the one that's the actual portrait? He's got a butt balloon. This is what his tail looks like. He's got a big puffy ball of a tail, which is very cute. Same yellow, different brown? Yeah. I actually have the perfect brown for him. It's just when I saw that I'd done Gummy in a different colour, I was worried about it. So anyway, I'll pull out all the browns in a second. For now all I gotta do is one thing at a time, is draw the bar. To draw his spot. And what are these arms doing? We're just gonna tube them up, I think. I know he still needs his shoulder mullets. And they are little fringy bits that will sit on top. And may or may not be a separate piece. I will work that out when we get there. Only you could start forest fires? His mouth will be closed. Because that is what I decree. Oh, and he's only got tiny little eyes. We used safety eyes for Gummy, but Gummy's a baby, so maybe we'll just do like stitched eyes for this guy. And he's got big square ears with little yellow innards. What am I missing? Legs! Silly Billy, forgot his legs. Oh, do we have toe bean confirmation?
Foot pads. Little round one, tiny.
Oh, okay. Yellow?
Yellow, right in the middle of the foot.
Excellent. Excellent. I will scroll down. He's so angry. Oh, I see them in the Ben32's posted GIF where he's throwing, absolutely yeeting the professor across the room. But we can see that the bottom of his feet look like this. Like that. Right. Afraid I've accidentally turned him into a little bit more of a teddy than an Ursa. But I'll give him angry eyebrows to make up for it. Four or five. Only 4 visible there, but I think it's 5 overall. Yeah. Does a bear tail in the woods? See, that joke's funny because I replaced the word that's a naughty word with a word that I can say on stream, but it references it close enough that my joke still ends. And you all laugh uproariously. Oh, how funny you are, CK, how funny. We will watch you forever. We will be your friends. Alright, let's stop that rant. Name suggestion, Teddy Graham. Current name list is Angry Teddy, Teddy Graham, Haribo, and Professor Yeater. Who is Teddy Graham? Because a lot of people are suggesting that as a name. I don't understand. Yeah, Gummy is the little guy's name, because he was just a little gummy bear. So like the idea of him being Haribo is very funny to me. But he's a sugar-free gummy bear because he'll wreck you. Alright, so in terms of pieces, it's a snack? Oh, okay. I've not heard of that particular snack. I actually think I've got a pretty good profile pic. As in, like, a pic in profile of...
We call them tiny teddies.
Oh! Alright, because they're Teddy Graham crackers. Yeah? Cool. We call them tiny teddies. I actually think this is a pretty good profile picture of our friend here. Because I do think he's supposed to be, like, slouchy. Bears have the real big slouch. Well, if he's a gummy bear, he probably bounces on his ball tail. Oh, he's such a chunk. So I'll make the nose as a separate piece, so we won't be worrying about that. But depending on which reference images I look at, his head is kind of one with the body or not one with the body. There's some shoulders in some of them. So I'm just going to draw him again down here. Just straight on. It's got kind of a little bit of shoulder. And then down. Like this. And then with the legs, I kind of attach them here. Like that. Oh, he's doing a little jig. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Put this arm up here with a little hat in it. Nope, we're getting distracted. That's not a helpful reference image. So yeah, so we'll do a body that's kind of shaped like this. But also kind of shaped like this. The circle, I'll either stitch on a ring or I might even just make a whole brown circle piece with yellow edging around it. So like the whole disc on, because I actually think that might get us a better look. It depends on if I want the rows to look like they run across like this, or if I think it looks better with round rows. And I'm probably going to go with round. I think it'll tie it in. He's Humphrey Bear's angry cousin. Okay, so then we need that. We need a nose, which is just going to be like a little yellow piece. The ears, I will probably make tiny brown pockets and stitch yellow on half of them. Not dissimilar to how I've done Gummy's ears here, but they'll be smaller, funnily enough. I'm hoping to keep the big one like this big, which to make him proportionate, he'd have to be like this big. We're going to aim for about this big, about the same big as we've got him on screen here. And the legs, they kind of chunk and then they drop. And then they're flat underneath. So I can work with that. And the arms will be tubes. His fringe, I'll probably work as a series of chains. No big deal there. I'm guessing that this, again, guessing that there's 5. The claws I'm going to have to build in, which is going to dictate how big or small this guy can be, because I'm going to need room for 5 trebles on top. So that's at least 12 around. So he is going to be a large fellow. Largish fellow. Just making him tiny. Tiny anger. Rawr. Oh, and then of course we need the tail, which is just a ball. And if I do it right, the ball will be the same size or smaller than Gummy's. Now, I just need to look up a reference image real quick because I want to see what Gummy Bear looks like. Not my version of him, who's obviously here, but what Teddy Ursa looks like in their profile pic. Comparatively. Okay, no. All right, we're good then. Sorry, what I was looking up was what shade of orange Teddy Ursa is, and he is pretty dang close to this, but I was also looking for a reason to use a better brown for Teddy Ursa, and sorry, for Ursa Ring, and it actually makes perfect sense to make him a different brown because the Pokemon is a different brown, and that's what I wanted to confirm. So we have that, and I have the same pale yellow here that we used for the mouth on Teddy Ursa for all of the yellow bits here, and I have white off to one side as well. So these are the colours that we need here. I don't think he has any like unusual surprises. You've been waiting, this guy's been waiting a very long time to meet his papa. I'm excited for this. Why am I singing Elmo's World? Where'd that come from? Who Elmo worlded me? Ring camera. Let's go head and body. And we'll start with imagining 6 and we'll go 6 increases. The arms have to be at least 12, the head has to be at least 18. He's going to be on the large side, guys. I'm going to do my best. Now I've Elmo worlded you guys. Yeah, sorry. It was an accident. An honest mistake. We'll just see how big his stuff's turning out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Turned into Elmo's world. It really did. Like, what is going on up there? He wants to be cuddle sized. Yeah, but no. He got it. He has to fit in the bag with the rest of them. You have to find some Norwegian death metal to cancel out the theme song. No.
There's something interesting in one of the pictures of Ursa Ring.
Okay.
There's like a card, and it's 2 adult Ursa Rings, really cute, helping lots of little baby ones climb up a tree.
I want to look at this. Is it been shared to the Discord?
Yep.
Oh.
Really cute.
Oh my. Aw. She looks so nice.
They're climbing up to a beehive.
Yeah.
Not a bee drill hive.
Yeah. Well.
So bees exist in this world.
They do.
Canonically.
Yeah.
Are they Pokemon?
No.
So non-Pokemon creatures exist in this world.
Yeah,
it's canon.
There are cows as well as Miltank and Tauros.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You could have like a Miltank milking a cow.
If you wanted to be an abomination against nature, yeah.
Okay. I think it's enough internet.
So you wrapped your head around that real fast.
Yep, that's enough. That's enough. I'm done.
Y'all need to stop with the Elmo. The la 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 is getting louder. Okay, when did I lose control here? Between the Elmo's world and the chance for megapodding and the M is for Mongo and just like everything in general happening in this chat is just, I've completely lost control here. I go around telling folks, bragging really, about what a nice group you guys are, and here I am just completely losing control. I had control. I had the illusion of control, Angry Bear, and sometimes that's all you need. Those soft little lies you tell yourself. Okay, so I did that twice. And I'm going to do it twice again. How many stitches does that leave me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ho-hi, ho-hi, ho-hi. That I had the illusion of control. Yeah, well, sometimes you, yeah. Say mega, you say pod. Mega! Pod! That's a very cute little card. I gotta tell you though, I don't think either Ursa Ring or the Teddy Ursas on the card are particularly on form for it, but it's very cute. And Mama Bear looks so pleased with herself. Y'all, this part of the stream wasn't unhinged until y'all took a screwdriver to it and unhinged it. I have worked one fewer stitch than expected. 3, 1, 3, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did I have more stitches than 12 when I started? Maybe I went around too often. Ah, there it is. I know what's wrong with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, excellent. We're back on track.
I mean, I was just thinking, hypothetically, you could do a full-size teddy bear for one of the nibblings.
No.
Nope?
No.
Okay.
Just being sized up by a sassy skeleton. Oh, thank you.
It wasn't a side eye, it was an analysis.
No, yeah, that's what I meant. I was side-eyed, but I was like, you were analysing. I felt the scan. Thank you. Good night, Kylie. Thanks for hanging out. Gentle love bullying. Yeah, no, it's fine. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Purple Dolphin Studios. Well, hopefully the stream can help take your mind off it for a bit. Yeah, I frogged, but I was doing the exact same row again. I just had the row... I just flubbed it at the start. So it's still exactly the same size as when you were chanting. That's going to be the top of the head. And I could have done cluster stitches now that I'm looking at them for the ears. That would have worked. Some little treble clusters, and then I could have just stitched some yellow over the top. I could go back and do that right now. Where would I do them though? Where would be the most balanced locale? Honestly, sewing something on is probably going to be easier. Yeah, I'm just going to sew something on. Let's not get distracted and bogged down in the details. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 8, 16, 20. Went from 12 stitches up to 20. Very little time. Ruined some free tires while we waited. Okay, I'm still seeing the mega pod chanting going on. Well, how about a distraction, folks? Did you see my new earrings? They are little cicadas. You can't really see them where I'm wearing them, but I know that they're there, and that gives me I don't know, peace, chirp, makes me chirpy. Ooh, Sinkerback eye removal. It's hard enough removing eyes when you have put the eyes on backwards and you can actually get a proper grip on things. You need to find a way to get leverage between the sinker eye and the sinker. Y'all, we've talked about this before. Please don't start talking about caltrops. My house is dangerous enough as is. Do you know how many times I've taken myself out on like the soft, fluffy armchairs? Caltrops are just dangerous. Okay, so I'm going to go around and around and around, and my goodness, he's huge. Eh. Hey, I would wear giant cicada earrings if they existed. I was pretty excited to find these ones. You want me to crochet him some caltrops? Sure. Did I update everything? I did. Yeah, I've got the bear on the screen. He's sitting on the back of my hand. I think they're neat. So I bought these ones as earrings. I think I've shown these ones before, but I found them at Spotlight, which is just a craft store in Australia. I'm going to turn these into a pair of earrings as well because they're so pretty. They're like two little moths. They're about the same size as the cicadas I'm wearing. I just think that they'd be really sweet. So like, I got those for like $4. $4. And I have some earring backs here somewhere. So I'm pretty excited about turning those into some earrings too. I don't know, I've just become buggier the older I get. Yeah. Fascinated by the little creatures living little lives. I'm just going around and around, and because we're doing it at 20 stitches, my goodness, he's going to be like 36 around at the widest point. I should just stop this now. I'm making... Ooh. This is a mistake. This is a big mistake. Huge mistake. I need to make myself a little sign. The head cannot be bigger than 18 stitches ever. So that when I start thinking it's fine, and I know it's not fine, it's not fine.
I was watching on the server and then I looked over and then I realised... Oh, it's just the belly's a bit bulbous. Is that the one with the ring?
No.
It just seems more bulbousy than when you're doing it at the moment.
What do you think this is?
His belly?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This is his head.
Oh, okay. I thought it was his belly.
No.
I thought you were about to put a ring around that. I was like, yeah, there's... Yeah. I'm fine. I feel silly now.
He ran in thinking I was making Ursula Ring heavily pregnant.
No, I was just...
Pregargonant.
I think he'd been having a bit too much beer, but yeah.
Okay, hear me out, I'm Loot. A crocheted caltrop, but you stuff it with memory foam so that when you squish it down flat, it reinflates to form the shape it's supposed to, rather than just staying flat. Bugs. Pregnant. There we go. Oh, he needs to find someone to love. Today's theme was really thumb. Just thumb all the way down. Let's see. Did I stick that pin in before or after I did a row? Cool. I'm going to flare out the shoulders now. And then I'm going to try and keep to kind of this profile. That said, if I'm only up to there, this is going to end up being huge. Look what you did. Look what you did. Pregnant. Pregargonart. We'll try and make it work, and we'll just try to make him little and fat. Little and fat. Solves all life's problems, little and fat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How much of a flower do we want? Some level of it, of course. That's 6, and then we need 4, and then, okay, that makes it 9. Then we do it again, and it's 4. Back to the start. Is 3 enough? 3 is a very slight little bit of lippage. I could go more than that, but maybe we don't need to. The artist really liked this Pokemon. They put a ring on it. It's Mr. Bones, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, who wants to cause psychic damage to basically everybody in chat by looking up how old that song is? Because I know that it was featured in the first season of Glee in one of the episodes, so it was at least as old as that. And that dates back to what, 2010, 2011? ...2008. Lovely. That song's 18 years old. That song is officially part of that weird music the old people listen to. The song can vote here in Australia. Okay, excellent. So now we're all feeling fine and good. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Hey, we got to 24 stitches. Go me. That's perfect, because with 24 stitches I will do a triangular growth method, but I'll have 2 increases at the back and 1 at the front. Or, based on this size, it should be 2 at the front, 1 at the back. And we're here, heading this way. So I think we start with an increase, and then I want 1 here and 1 here. And we've just done our little increase 3 on the side. There and there is perfect. So increase, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Your mum loved Glee when you were growing up. Ah, okay. Let's go easy on the creator. Two, 3, 4, 5. It's old enough to put a ring on it, but should probably wait a few more years to mature and make sure that they're ready. Agreed. Yes, also please don't dox yourself or share information that you shouldn't. Think more of a trapezoid shape would be appropriate. Yeah, we've already got the flare out at the shoulders though, so it'll all even out okay, I think. I'm just trying to get a little bit of traction going when it comes to flare. You're in that age bracket when you hear about something and say to yourself, oh yeah, that happened last year, and then you look it up and it was nearly a decade ago. Yeah. Yeah. That said, it's all leveling up, it's all experience. Oh, Mr. Bones, why was that necessary? You were listening to No Scrubs the other day. In a few months that song will be 30. Okay. Good morning to the UK. We're just hurting one another a little bit right now. 27. I'm gonna do some 27 rows. No, it's great, because like now when we go to the supermarket, right, we walk around the grocery store, all the music they're playing over the radio, stuff I know, so that's great. Like, that's not a sign of anything. That just means that they're playing good music. Of course, now I have No Scrubs stuck in my head, so thank you for that. It beats Elmo's World, but there's an interesting mashup going on. It's like No, Scrubs, la 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 la. Yep, older than DVDs, smartphones, and the internet. I know not technically, but the internet didn't hit where I was living until, my goodness, when I moved out to go to uni, my parents still had dial-up. For anyone who, you know, hey, congrats on finishing your dragon puppet. I can probably sing that remix without getting into trouble. I won't put either of us through that. We're gonna be stuck in purgatory for a while now because y'all kept chanting Megapod and then I accidentally did. Though if I make him seated, maybe I can like curl him in on himself a little bit more and save us some time. You felt like it took forever to connect too? Even once it was connected, like pretty much all you could do was have like MSN open in the corner, which was a chat feature for anyone who doesn't know. But I used to frequently go in there with a book to read, or I'd have Solitaire open, and like while you waited for websites to load, like fanfiction.net, you would sit there and read a book or play some Solitaire. That and the fact that it tied up the landline so your parents couldn't get phone calls meant that we weren't allowed internet until after 8 o'clock at night, and it was for half an hour at a time, and we had to like pick what night we wanted because there was a few of us in the house. So on the family computer. I remember because I have a DVD collection that I'm quite pleased with, and I met Mr. Bones and he had his DVD collection too, and so now we have a combined DVD collection that is quite it's quite a prolific little connection. It's like a collection. It's full of some bangers, honestly, and I've gone through like I've fallen in and out of love with it, of like, oh, it takes up so much space, but now I'm back in love with the idea of owning physical media, and so like I like it again. But I remember looking at it at one point years ago, back when Netflix was still a DVD mail order type of thing. Looking at it and being like, wouldn't it be just cool if I could plug my TV into my DVD shelf and just pick which one of my movies I wanted to watch? That'd be cool. And then Netflix eventually became a thing. The rise and fall of digital streaming. Yeah, I don't know how anybody copes growing up in the era of social media being what it is. For that, it was used by the US military for emergency short-form messaging. Well, I know Wi-Fi was invented by some, and I say this lovingly, some Aussie nerds. It's because they wanted to watch what they were cooking in either the oven or the microwave, and so yeah, there's like a whole funny story about it. But basically, the first wireless connection was done so that somebody could make the right popcorn. Neopets is still around, but different. Yeah, a few things have that vibe. It's funny. I've been feeling a little nostalgic recently because last Monday I went and I saw the new Devil Wears Prada, the Devil Wears Prada 2. And I'm going to tell you, all right, here's the thing. If you're a big fan of the original and you just want to spend a couple of hours like splashing around in that world again with the same characters, you'll like that movie when it comes out on whatever streaming service you already pay for. I'm not sure it's necessarily worth going and seeing that particular one at the cinema. If you're going to see a movie at the cinemas, go see Project Hail Mary. Like, just point blank, go see that instead. But I will say that, like, I didn't dislike the movie. It's just not super heavy on plot. I feel like it over-explains itself. I feel like it pulls some of its punches. It does that thing that even the Scrubs revival did, which is like, hey, remember this evil character or this bad guy type character that you really liked? Well, look at how the modern world has beaten them down and forced them into submission. I'm just like, oh, they don't understand why I used to like that character. Because Scrubs did it too with Dr. Cox, in my opinion. At least in the pilot. I do like what the rest of the Scrubs revival, like I liked it. I'm going to come back for season 2. But yeah, it was a perfectly happy little movie. It's kind of like Julie and Julia for me. It's like it's a movie I'd put on to not watch, like as I potter about the house. It's pottering about the house. My goodness. You still remember VHS tapes and how frustrating it was to open a rented tape and it wasn't rewound. Yeah, rude. The height of rudeness. Just utter contempt for your community if you did that. It was shaped like the rear end of a car. Sequels never live up to the same kind of magic of the OGs. Yeah, but like it can still be kind of cozy. I honestly think the main character, like Anne Hathaway's character Andy, whose name I couldn't have told you before I saw the sequel. It's just because it's been a little bit since I've seen the first one. Doesn't feel at all like the same person, but then 20 years have passed and okay, admittedly I was a teenager 20 years ago. Barely, but we're still clinging to that. But like I'm a completely different person than I was 10 years ago. So like I get that kind of thing, but it's just like it also didn't feel like she came from the same source code. She just felt very different-y. I love how much love rewinding machines are getting in the chat right now. I used to love being able to fast forward through all of like the warnings and ads and stuff at the start, whereas like these days on DVD you get unskippable ads. Like DVDs have the unskippable ads, are the origins for it. Sister watched Sleeping Beauty so much that it literally wore a hole in the tape itself. We had earwigs eat our copy of Cinderella. I got in and ate the old vellum or whatever it's made of, the film inside. Guys, I've been stitching completely unsupervised. I haven't checked this in a while. You and your brother have been remembering the old games you used to play as kids. There are so many old games we knew that we wish we could play. Yeah. Are we talking like digital games there or regular? The Last Unicorn was for you? Yeah, I've got that one there. That's on DVD. Forced Mr. Bones to watch it recently. Hilarious. See, I love that. I love the idea that the robots know that we love them. That makes me feel good. The Last Unicorn was your go-to sick movie. For me, it was one of the Care Bears films. It was just called the Care Bears movie, but I know there's a few different ones, and I've never been able to track it down. It involved a book. There was an evil book. And a kid named Nicholas. Sorry, that's what the book says. As he lures the child to evil, to be a mean person and to hate the people around him, while the Care Bears are trying to remind him to care. Games that require discs? Yeah. The only reason I was bringing it up is that there are old game archives that are about like. Well, archiving. It's about archiving. It's about archiving and making sure that like old games that would otherwise be lost to the sands of time are being preserved and kept playable. So if you went looking for some of these old games and you knew their names, there is potential you would be able to find them, and that's as specific as I'm going to be. Hey! Someone else knows the Nicholas movie! I'm trying to, yeah, that's what I associate The Last Unicorn with here as well. Just like fever dreams. That movie's already a fever dream, and then like watching it while sick is a risky move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, I love 101 Dalmatians. It's got such a beautiful warm flicker to it. It honestly feels like a love letter of humans to digital media, or not even digital media, but just like motion pictures. I've ranted before about the fact that the animation method they used in it was one of the first attempts that they had of using like a photocopier machine to replicate their cells and do their tweening, which is just the cells between keyframes. And so like they were used to hand inking those cells, and so you could ignore a lot of the little guidelines, whereas like when you're using the photocopy method, they're not being as selective and every line was being taken across. And it's the Xerox method because of Xerox or photocopy. And so like that little flicker that you're seeing are all the guidelines that they used to draw everything that moved. And like it just gives it such, I don't know, something about it just speaks really deeply to me. And I was just like, I've got such a soft spot for that film because of it. So like you can't find that in the age of digital animation. Not that digital animation hasn't done wonderful things in its own right. It's just like basically there's a human thumbprint on every single cell of 101 Dalmatians, and I don't know, it speaks to me through the generations. Oh yeah, he's a big nugget of a guy. They also did some really cool, like, 3D stuff with 101 Dalmatians. You know, the Cruella de Vil car? As she's, like, veering all over the road. They actually made, like, a 3D model. Like, an actual in-person pick it up and throw it at someone 3D model. So apparently that's my reference for dimensions. And they, like, did really harsh black lines on it. And they used that as references to get that smooth car motion. So you could argue that it's one of the first uses of 3D modeling technology in cartoons. Okay, well, do we give more belly? Okay, if I give him little mouth and ears, I'm trying to see it. I think I've shortchanged him in the number of rows he should have gotten for his head, particularly if I'm doing shoulders and everything else. See if the arm's attached there, but if I can attach the arms just a little further down, that might buy us a little space. Right, I do think I need to grow him just a little bit more. So that ate one from there and there. That's not how we should do this at all. We should do it like this. Cool. That should get us to 30. Land Before Time. Yep, the original. We had that. Before there was like, what, 18 of them? Something like that? Probably more. They became a lot more musical as the sequels went on. Sorry, I've got to fix something because my nail's snagging. There we go. Yeah, the modern Land Before modern, so they're not 20 years old in their own right, but like everything after the original Land Before Time is kind of a little bit more musical, a little bit more geared towards kids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whereas the original is geared towards children the way shows were back then, where they were designed to show children that there were dragons and monsters in the world, but that you could fight and combat them, and sad and scary things happen, but things also can turn out in the end if you're brave and strong and you try things. Whereas, like, I do think that there has been like a little general D2-thing of a lot of children's media. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that's not to say that the way we had it was the right way, and it's not to say that the way that they've got it now is the wrong way. It's just an observable shift in children's media that I find it within my purview to remark upon. What are we talking about? Nothing. We're not really talking about everything. We're kind of talking about old-timey movies, but they're not that old. Because we're not that old. Oh yeah, the egg song. Was that really the second one? Because, like, eggs. This must be my most quoted line from anything ever. See, I didn't watch the Barbie movies. They kind of missed me. Old-timey movies like Shrek and Kung Fu Panda. You be quiet, sir. I do remember seeing Shrek for the first time in movie theaters. I would have been about 10, and I'm trying to think if it was Shrek or if it was Galaxy Quest. There was a movie that, like, it was very strange behaviour for us at the time, but we came out, we went straight back in and we watched it again, but I can't remember which one it was now. I know that we really, really liked both of those, my family, when we went and saw those ones there. KFP can vote. That's Kung Fu Panda, by the way. Mr. Bones, don't make me hurt you.
That's my new methodology. Like, if it's old-timey, it can vote.
It can vote. You're allowed to still love Shrek and Kung Fu Panda. You all remember Spy Kids? I do! I do remember Spy Kids.
For Fever Dream.
How on earth did they get all of those actors into that film? How, like, what did they have on them?
It's gonna be great, guys. Trust me.
Yeah, but like, it's such a weird one. And like, Antonio Banderas and, oh my god, the name of the mum always eludes me, but she's not who you would expect. And then like the Vega chick, who was like, arguably had an interesting and varied but big career. She was a name back then. Oh, maybe she wasn't a name yet. Is KFP really that old? Maybe the first one is. You got to have eggs. I love Galaxy Quest. I do. I say quoting Land Before Time and then swapping seamlessly. Seamlessly. Did you even see that transition? No, you didn't. Back to Galaxy Quest. I love that movie. That's a very specific genre of film to me, and it's satire, it's parody, but it's a love letter to the thing that it's satirizing, if that makes sense. Because there's always things like Scary Movie, which are like making fun of what they're looking at, but then there are the parodies that are like, they're love letters to them, and like Galaxy Quest is one, Evolution is another. I would actually include Eight-Legged Freaks in that as a love letter to monster films. Cabin in the Woods. I always say this one wrong. I think it's Dan and Tucker, but it's probably Tucker and Dale. I always get it wrong, and I can never remember which one it is. Versus Evil is another one. Yeah, I'm sorry. I feel like we've had this rant very recently. I remember Cats versus Dogs. Spy Kids is 25 years old. Spy Kids has grown up. It's got kids of its own. It's not Jessica Alba. It's someone else. She was also in A Little Glass Vial. Repo, the genetic opera. Paris Hilton was in that as well, which is a really fun fact to remember randomly. You watch Spy Kids. It's fun. Watch it with a group of people who know how to have fun. Because like sometimes you can like, even if you don't necessarily enjoy the movie, watching it with the right group of people can make it really fun. Like, I will admit that I didn't get a lot out of the live action remake they did of Mulan not that long ago, but I watched it with Mr. Bones and a good friend of ours, and we had the best time not liking that movie. That's true, Meghan Trainor did marry the boy Spy Kid. Yeah, The Orville. I actually really liked that. I think I've seen 2 seasons of it. I don't know if there's any more now. I should check it now that I've got Disney Plus for a little bit. But honestly, it's Seth MacFarlane's work on The Orville that has given me hope regarding the live-action Dungeon Crawler Carl that's being made. Because if you think of Seth MacFarlane as just Family Guy, it's easy to be like, oh no. But if you think of him as like some of his more mature works, because the dude has grown up, and is doing some pretty interesting, nuanced things. Just a gentle reminder to everyone, we're not sharing specific ages or years, and I know it's hard when we're talking about nostalgia subjects, but it is a security concern for you and the people around you. And also, even if you are like an adult who understands the risks, it encourages any people who might not be adults and don't understand the risks to do it too, and that's way more dangerous for them. So, you want to watch The Orville, but you haven't found it yet? I'm pretty sure it's on Disney Plus. I remember I scrolled past it recently, but I did recently change. We try to only have like one streaming service available at a time. Currently, we do have 2 because of the pit, but we only have 1 set of eyeballs. So, yeah. Have I watched Barbie Fairytopia? Honestly, the whole Barbie thing skipped me. My mom was, from memory, she was anti-Barbie, and then my nana would give us Barbies for Christmas every year. Driving everybody involved a little bit nuts. If I close you off now, You're chunky, but I might get away with it. I might do one more row. Just one more row. You really want to catch a shiny in Legend CA, but you can never find any. I don't know the shiny hunting methods these days. I'm a little outdated. I think the last time I shiny hunted properly might be X and Y. Might have honestly been when I was playing White. Yeah, because that was when like horde methods and stuff became a thing. It's before the era of sandwiches, so I don't know how helpful I can be. But watch, go watch PM7. Never seen a dude encounter as many shinies randomly as that guy. His whole tagline is sub to him and he'll get more shinies, and honestly, I can't disprove it. Recently watched Catch Me If You Can on Netflix. That is such a good film. My goodness, I like that film so much. That is one of my aforementioned DVDs in my aforementioned collection. Such a good movie. Oh, I'm gonna add Wild Wild West to my list with the other like parody type ones. Guaranteed shinies are always just not quite the same. Don't get me wrong. I think that if you're, yeah, I think it's fine to be excited about the guaranteed shiny because we all liked our red Gyarados from the Lake of Rage. But I do think that it hits different when you've been hunting for something for hours. Admittedly, I never did chain fishing or anything like that. I was very much I did egg hatching for my shiny Greninja, and the rest of the time I just did horde encounters. But I don't mind a grind if I'm heading towards a reward at the end, you know? Yeah, him and M and JTV together are very, very amusing. Night, Caitlin. Thanks for hanging out. Sometimes you find 5 in a day? My goodness. It's been 1 week? No. It's just had a little bare naked ladies moment. God, it's been years since I was shiny hunting. I thought I would get to there in Scarlet and Violet, but honestly, I don't think I even played the DLC. I got distracted. There's too many shiny things to shiny hunt. Shiny hunting was definitely my, I don't know what to call it, my depresso era. When I was living alone and basically doing nothing but work and coming home. And it was definitely pre-Mr. Bones. Oh, you got a shiny fish? That's nice. A nice little goldfish. I do wish that they'd made some of the shinies a little bit more special. I wish that, like, they had a rule internally about, like, making them, like, extra visible. Like, something that makes them special. Because some of them are, like, really nice color changes, and that's cool. And some of them are silly. Sith Assassin, honestly, that probably happened to me in the past. Almost definitely. I still remember, I can't remember who was first now, because like the time has kind of mashed it together. My first full odds shiny was either a Tentacool, who's normally blue and red, and turns into like silver and green? Was either that or the Druddigon, who was normally red and blue and was very green and yellow. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. So like those are two like full odds ones that I found that I remember being like, what? Like when you're not looking and suddenly when you encounter one, that's cool. Because that happened with Mareep as well in my Scarvi run, where I was just like literally in that first area and a little pink sheep wandered out of the fog at me and I was like, cool, baby, come with me. I shall name you Flossie and you will be my Flossie. So that does happen, but then like when you're hunting for something and you've hatched 600 eggs, like it hits different. It does. Though sometimes it's just like, oh, thank goodness. Sometimes it's like, oh, yay, woo. Yeah. This should have been covered in glitter. Agreed. I did not know that Wild Wild West was based off a TV show. Makes sense to me though. It felt like it was heavily referencing something that I just wasn't getting. But still good. That said, sometimes I rewatch some stuff and I'm just like, yikes, that has not aged well. I got such a soft spot for all the little birds in, like, I gotta say, Talonflame, for some reason, I have such, let's pick my language. It's just like, I love that little guy. I love Talonflame. And it's weird because, like, that was pre-bird loving era for me. You'd always have, like, some sort of Pidgeotto or something, Pidgeot, on your team because you needed to fly. But it was kind of there under suffrage, you know? Or under suffering? Suffering there? There's a way to phrase that. But, like, Talonflame, my goodness, I love Talonflame. Talonflame was my baby. Sometimes it's more wow, yay, on to the next shiny, rather than excitement. Exactly. It depends on if it's, like, if you're at the nice point in your narrative arc for it to appear, because sometimes they appear narratively conveniently, and sometimes it's just a slog. Sometimes it's just hard work. Yeah, I love Talonflame. Your favourite will always be the simple Swallow? Nice. Talonflame is to me a tactical nuke. Sufferance? Maybe. I knew it's weird when you, like, know that you're like messing it up. But just like, I don't have time to stop and dwell on this, so we're just gonna, like, leave the fragments of the sentence I'm trying to make there, and hopefully you guys understand what I'm trying to say. That is an excellent choice for your favourite Birdmon. I gotta say, I agree with that. As a kid, you didn't care much for the Pidgey line. Now you love Pidgeot, which I know is Pidgeot, by the way. Pidgeot's just fun to say. I'm sorry if that triggers anybody, but yeah, I have a real soft spot for just Pidgey, like just the baby forms. I think that there's a lot of pressure in the original games to, like, build battle things, but the older I get, the more I realize that I probably, if I was in the Pokemon world, would be somebody who has a lot of unevolved Pokemon, who just, like, likes to chill out with them. During a certain phase, I probably would have been a shiny hunter in world. You know, finder of the rare ones, because I have just, like, an endless pain tolerance for trudging backwards and forwards. I can grind all day to find that loot. So, like, I am suited for that, but I probably wouldn't do the Elite Four if it was me. I don't think a lot of people would, honestly. I think people think that they would, but that's because the games make you think you're the protagonist. Let's be real. Most of us are just way happier finding what makes us happy. Yeah, just like small happy birds, exactly. You have a shiny Staraptor named Cinnamon? That's adorable. I know we've made 2 of that line. We've made Starly and is it Staravia? I can't remember if we've made Staravia or Staraptor yet, but I know we've made 2, which is funny given, like, we haven't made that many from that gen. So it's weird that it's happened twice. I'm nearly done with this piece. I'm so sorry it is taking me so very long. It's just eaten through any time we gained from finishing Chikorita so early. You want to catch a Noibat? I'm just thinking, if you have access to any of the earlier games, Pokemon White is probably where I'd hunt that, because there's probably a chance for horde encounters. Look it up first, obviously, but I feel like Noibat was around then. Hey! Hi, Daiquiri! Daiquiri uses Happy Time Zone. It is very effective indeed. Oh, don't start this again. Yeah, there's no way in heck I'm going on a nationwide journey of competitive battle then challenging the Elite Four, right? It's like, no, I'm going to find some adorable little birds and then accidentally adopt every Mimikyu I see. Like, that's just what that I'm going to buy a bigger house to fit all the Mimikyus in because I can't help myself and they're so sad. Okay, nearly finished. Oh, they're Gen 6. Dang. Okay, X and Y might be where I encountered them then. I am so fuzzy on where things actually sit in the timeline, which is funny. But I guess I used my brain cells for other things. We only had few. We had to allocate our resources. Okay, well, I didn't check for the second half of that, but we've finished off now, so I guess we're done with the body. The hands have made a decision for me. Your shiny hunt holy grail is a shiny Masseter method tyrant with all the elemental fangs. Ooh. Okay, I know enough to know how complicated that is, but not enough to offer any advice regarding it. See, I love the blue Tyranitar, right? Wait, Tyrant. No, who? Tyrantrum. Tyrantrum, sorry. I just misspoke. I do know the difference. Yeah, his shiny form is blue, right? Man, I wanted that. I was fossil hunting for him for a while, but it was just taking too long. And I never ended up getting my blue Rex. I don't remember which side's the front. Let's look at you from top down. Okay, so we're kind of flat there and kind of swirling out that way. So let's just chuck some pins in real quick. Not that we have that many pins. So I can find the face. Oh, spooky bear. Spooky bear. What are we gonna do? Apparently we're not using safety eyes. Apparently I made that decision. I think that was a thought out decision. Let's do belly ring. Because like the whole theme today is spots, and we didn't do the spots on Chikorita, so we need to make sure we definitely do the spots here. Because it's not a ring, it's a spot of tea. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I think Humphrey was on the name list. Sorry, Mr. Bones will be back in a second. And we'll reconvene on names then. We're just taking a little bit of a break for that. Why do so many normal types have circles? Well, isn't that the normal signal? Like, yeah. He needs a boater hat and a tartan waistcoat. For some reason I read waistcoat as kilt the first time and was like, oh yes, he's Scottish, that makes sense. I was like, wait, what? It's a thought out decision. Excellent, thank you. I swear on stream days, sometimes the thoughts abandon me as quickly as I can have them. And I'm glad that some of you are here to witness the magic and to remind me of certain things. We have just 15 Pokemon left in this generation. What's going to be really funny is Wind and Waves coming out and us going from like 32% of all Pokemon completed back down to 22% of all Pokemon completed. But nevertheless, it is a marathon. We will get there, hopefully before anything happens to stop it. Because I know the Pokemon channel that was doing like the Nat Geographic style Pokemon animations, they got hit and taken down. Yeah, just every so often now I like to just pepper in a message of just like, appreciate this while it's here, but there is a chance that it'll just vanish one day. Do you think he looks like a sumo wrestler? Is that better or worse than Vampire Chikorita with the oddish tea? I actually think on Ursaring it's meant to represent the full moon, because on Teddiursa he's got the crescent moon on its forehead. So I actually think this is Ursa, like the moon. Well, sorry, Ursa means bear, but yeah, he's a moon bear. Have I been counting? No. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I didn't count, but we're nearly close. Well, didn't we agree that it was either bath water or soup? jotting down the notes very quickly so nobody notices an interruption in progress. Dang it, Moon. Exactly. I'm gonna have to steal some pins from someone. Oh, I'll take them from you. You don't need them. You're just pretending. Okay. I think this will give us the nicest ring, and it matches the technique that we used on the Teddy Ursa too, because for Teddy Ursa to make that crescent moon I made a solid piece as well instead of just going for the detail. Still have the breeding set in home, so I may try it in Wind and Waves. Mum is Tyrantrum and Dad is an Ekans with all the fang moves with the nature you wanted. Stopped an X and Y when I reached 200-ish eggs. Oh, okay, so don't get me wrong, that's a really strong start, but I have to make the comment about 200 eggs. That's rookie numbers. Like, no, I gotta get those numbers up. What is bathwater or soup? This. It's either Oddish's bathwater or it's soup. Is that not immediately obvious? You don't want to be tired? No, tired is a good thing. Tired means that your brain will let you sleep. Sleep is great. We love sleep. Sleep is right up there with just like a really nice shower. These are good things. Night, RM McFrew. Thank you for hanging out. We'll see you on the replay. Ring. And if the stitch detail really bothers you, if you're ever trying to replicate this, you can literally take a needle and like sew those loops shut together and you'll get a really nice solid embroidered looking ring. There we go. And I'll at least line that up so it's either hidden away or facing downwards. Oh, we have one pin left. I'm gonna steal your pins. Okay. Is it cake spin-off? Is it soup? No, coffee will just make you tired faster. Like, it won't accelerate the speed in which you're tired, it'll just make you do things faster while tired. This probably moves up a little bit. Don't know why I'm being so fancy. But there we go. You are going to be one nuggety bear. Just for reference. He's going to at least be a little bit bigger than the tiny bear. I now have the Pretender stuck in my head. Let's do some arm tubes because we have to do 4 fingers and a thumb on each one. So let's just tackle that one now, shall we? Are your pins all in the other Pokemon whips? They're in a variety of things. It's not necessarily a secret. So I have one whip ongoing. There's like a bunch more arms for a possible tardigrade, but I think I've abandoned that one, which is why I'm farming pins off it. And I think we're going to do a smaller tardigrade, but he doesn't have all of his limbs yet. He's just got his one armband. Night, Bunny Badger. See you later. This guy's got his little ear nubs built in. So like, I'm still working on the tardigrade thing. Yeah, it doesn't have fingers. It just has just nails, just pure on claws. 3, 4, 5, 6. How am I going to fit those claws on? Who knows? But we'll work it out. We always do. Let's go up to 9. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and if I treat that like the palm of the hand, we might be in some luck here because I can do 4 there and 1 off to the side. Gonna start writing this down. Triggering 6, 3 single increase. Night Angry Bear Ironworks. Okay, and we're gonna go 1. Changing to our white. Sorry, this is going to be a very feel our way forward type of piece. Yes, the trouble with tribbles. Then I'll just try trebles for the claws. They won't be quite as long as they're supposed to be, but you'll get the idea. Ah, Mr. Bones, there has also been a petition to have Humphrey added to the name list. Current name list, though, as it stands, is Angry Teddy, Teddy Graham, Haribo, and Little John. Probably could have gotten away with just doing picots. They would have been less chunky. Nah, he strikes me as a chunky nailed kind of fella. And we change back. Because who doesn't love having a million colour changes? There we go. One and 2. Okay. High five. It will look hopefully better in the next row, but I just have to take a breather and write all that down. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. What? 9. Okay, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, and then grow the arm, because we're not doing a tube where it's sliced neatly like a sausage. We're kind of like we've created a flap for the palm of the hand, and now we have to make up for that. Ooh, that paw is way out of proportion though. That's not going to work for us at all. It's too big. Would work on something bigger, but not for this. Teddiursa is gummy, as in like a gummy bear. It's from my very strange and short-lived lunchbox phase, where things got given names of things that you'd never find in a lunchbox. Can't make it make sense. We kind of just have to go with it. But Gummy isn't the worst of them. I actually kind of like the name Gummy for him. I'm so sorry, girl distressed. I will stop counting out loud. I'm normally pretty good about remembering to not do that. But I am going to do picots this time instead. And then, failing that, I will stitch them on afterwards. Though I would like some sort of like 3-dimensional claw for this guy, just because his claws are so big. Bye, Embarking Snow. Thanks for hanging out. Proportion? Ah, proportion. There we go. Okay, so those are in the front loops. I'm gonna have to stitch over the top of them, which is just a little messier, but it can work. Four. Slip stitch. Then we go brown for a single, and white for another picot. Slip stitch. Loop only. Work over slip stitches from previous row. Sorry, these rows can be a bit of a chore. Mr. Bones, that's the meanest thing you've ever done to me. Like, yeah, I know you're a sweetie pie, so, like, there are meaner things out there, but that's particularly mean. Stop counting and interrupting the poor folk. And a little thumb claw. True, it is very on brand for you, Gold Distressed. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, I did my best there. We're going to see if this works or not. My goodness, the notes are an absolute mess. Let go. Thank you. Okay, so this is what we currently look like. So it was single crochet and then it was 2 increases. Oh my goodness, I hope I can read that later. Oh well. Let's go around. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I'm counting. I'm so sorry. Okay, I didn't count. I counted, but I didn't count out loud. CK, he lost his head. Who lost his head? I do that sometimes, like counting using like songs instead, like Buckle My Shoe gets me to 4, but it's a problem because sometimes because of that, spelling or music or anything that rhymes also interrupts counting, whereas normal dialogue doesn't. Or at least I found that. They seem to be stored in the same part of my particular noggin. Okay. How do we close you off, precious? That's 2 decreases. 3 decreases. Okay, this works. This works. And then 1. So that used up 1, 7, 8. So that's those. Oh. We'll go 2. 2 increases. And then a single crochet, and that will keep us balanced. Oh, no, wait, 3. Ursaring lost his head. What do you mean Ursaring lost his head? I'm so confused. Oh, Mr. Bones.
It wasn't me. I was just explaining because you were confused.
I was so confused and I was happily confused. Ah. You all are a bunch of ne'er-do-wells.
Here's a third.
No, honey, most people only have 2. See, now all I can see is bedazzled. I'll make him a nose in a second, but I know you're just going to start calling him Unibob. I think I've lost track of the count. I think it's gone weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 8 is 13. 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So down 3, 10, and then up 2 to 12. So we should have 12 stitches now round. Even though everything feels wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I hate that. Let's just clean up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, well we have the right number of stitches. Because you keep getting number 5. It's like, okay, a little bit of Monica, Erica, Rita, Tina? Sandra, Mary, Jessica, and you. Guess what? There's more than 5 girls in that song, and now I don't know how many stitches I've done. Eight. Okay, there are 8 specifically people referenced. And we increased. And 2. You just botched the lyrics altogether. It's funny, I wouldn't have considered myself someone who knew the names. But apparently I do. Okay, how do we feel about these claws? They're a little smaller, a little pointier. Sorry, happy noises from next door. So now I'm just creating tube arm. There we go, good one. just keep decreasing. But 2 decreases and 2 increases will keep everything really nice and even. So that's a thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Good, good, good. Hydrate or dihydrate, everybody. I understand that there is some contention at the moment between my choices of sizing and whether or not all of the pieces are there. Let me just say, we will trust the process and just have a little faith. Have a little faith that if it's not coming out right, I can make some adjustments on the fly and make it work. So we're okay, everybody. And around we go. And I'm going to do the same thing again, but not quite. Kind of rotated by 1 stitch. It's fine. I like Professor Yeater, actually. It's kind of you kind of have to have seen the very specific GIF or presumably moment in the anime that it's talking about, but yeah, because we know we're saying Professor Yeater and not Professor Yeater, but it still somehow works. Okay. Get some puffin stuff. Yeah, exactly. I can always just do another head and just run on top. So what is the current name list anyway? After these couple of little inclusions and exclusions. Still the same? So we're not including Professor Yeater? He really does chuck him, yeah.
Professor Yeater was on that. Okay, I'll rip past.
Ooh, crumpets or hot cross buns for breakfast. Hot cross buns, but just because there's a recency bias and you gotta eat them while you can still get them. So enjoy them while they're still there. Yeah, this guy's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. You got me questioning my proportions now. Like I know that he looks a little short, but it's fine. Professor Yeater, Teddy Graham, Humphrey, and Little John. I liked Haribo. Can we have Haribo on there? Because I liked Gummy and Haribo. You like the name Onion. What am I doing? Mouth, right. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to name him Onion. Do we already have an onion? Why does that name seem familiar? Let me just double check that one. F. Onion. Oh, nope, we've got a balloony, but no onion. Happy times, Uncle Eddie Spaghetti. Hot cross buns have recently become staples in the UK. No longer are they just for Easter and all year round. Our grocery store is still trying to get rid of the last of their frozen ones. And I gotta tell you, I have such a soft spot for that memory foam taste in bread. Like, there's something about the density of it that is just the perfect texture. And I wish all foods had it. That said, I don't like the fruit-filled ones because there's too much mystery in what I'm going to get in any particular mouthful. I like the fruit-free ones. And my goodness, there was a mint slice one that came out this year that is gone with the season. But like, my goodness, the mint slice hot cross buns were the bomb diggity. In fact, we have a packet of mint slice in there. Next time I buy hot cross buns, maybe I'll try and like sandwich a mint slice in the middle. Three, 4, 5. This will either confirm that I'm okay or confirm that you guys are correct for telling me off. 6, 7, stopping the counting. Okay. I'm not sure yet if we're gonna do another one. I'm just gonna give this one a little bit longer. Honestly, with 4 already to do, and a Pokemon Black episode coming up, we'll probably stop here. But I'll check to see what's on the Just One More board before I call it for sure. I need some pins from someone. Are there any left in this limb? Nope. None left in that limb. I've thrown you across the desk. Eh. Let me steal your face pins. Any black pins in the mix? Nope. Okay, they're all use. They're all being used elsewhere. So many pins, so many Pokemon. Okay. Nose goes there. Okay, so he's proportionally a little off, but I still think he reads okay. I'm fine with it. This is definitely the hardest working tortoise. The hardly working tortoise is... Oh, full of pins! You can tell because one of them, the shell has gotten all felted from so many years of pin abuse, and when the other one's legs are still a little bit more like firmly attached. This guy here is like flat out on his tummy. This guy still stands up a little bit, but hey, pins. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to do a little ear. Are you talking about hot cross buns? Because yeah, I like them cold. Don't get me wrong, Mr. Bones presented me one yesterday that had been in the air fryer, and I'm like, okay, I understand. But I also like my pizza cold. I like my hot cross buns cold. I like... Yeah. Some things are just better the temperature they're supposed to be. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, like he's a little stumpy, but like if I put him in a seated position, you wouldn't even question it. He'd just be grabbing his toesies. Mega. No, it's too late to... It's too late to be shouting mega at me. We're done. Cold is good. I agree. I even don't mind some cold pasta. It has to be cooked first, but like cold pasta can just hit the spot sometimes. Plus apparently there's like some sort of like health benefit to cooking and chilling your pasta and eating it reheated. You're allowed to reheat it. Something to do with long like starches or something. But yeah, we only recently got an air fryer and it makes good chips and good hot cross buns. And so far it has been good. Because our oven broke, and so I got us an air fryer. I might have told this story already, but like we've had some questionable fixes where our oven would get repaired and that would only last a year, and it basically turned into a $200 yearly subscription to our oven, and I wasn't having any of that. So Mr. Bones has worked out how to fix an oven, and I've worked out where to order the parts for an oven, and now he fixes our oven every 3 or 4 years when the heating element breaks, because it's just a heating element replacement. But this time when it broke, I was just like, I'm getting an air fryer to take some of the burden off the oven. And the air fryer cost me less than the piece for the oven, because the piece for the oven was like 70 something and the air fryer was 69. And so far we are very fond of our egg. Our air fryer is egg shaped. It's like this. And then it's got like a giant mouth drawer that glows orange. That's our air fryer. And like the drawer comes out. I'm good, thank you, honey. Ah, yeah, cold pizza is the best. Cold pizza is the bomb diggity. Unfortunately, pizza is also really good when it's hot, and so it very rarely lasts long enough to turn into cold pizza. But nevertheless, it is probably doing its best. I didn't write down the last of the instructions for the mouth, and I've already made an ear. So there's that, and then the mouth was 10 around. Alright, we have a little ear. I'm going to do both ears. So basically anything you would heat in a microwave. Well, microwave is wet heat or damp heat. Air fryer is dry heat. And I will say it's different to baking. An air fryer is not baking. So far what I can work out, like I'm not an expert at this, I've only had one for a little while, but so far what I can work out is anything that you would feasibly throw in a deep fryer, should you have one, can go in the air fryer. But anything that you would, or under a grill as well, I will say that as well. Under a grill, it's also fine in the air fryer, but anything that needs to be like baked, or starts off as a soup and turns into a solid, or is in a container of any kind, that's oven stuff. Woo! Yeah! You are very welcome for doing the dishes. I am glad that the robot is finally doing its job. It camped out and was on a recon mission for a very long time there. 12 times is an excellent number of times to have helped you with the dishes. Okay, a tip for making chips in the air fryer. If you soak the cup potato in icy water for half an hour and pat dry before the skin is crispier and the insides are fluffier. Yes, Knitted Zebra, I actually knew that one because Drac, who's just 2 comments above you in the chat, taught me how to make the best chips, and it's all about washing that. You get a special type of potato, the ruby blues, the blue ones, and you wash the starch off them, and then you dry them, and that is how you get them to taste exact how you want them. Hyundai Huegel or Hyundai Hugel. There are ads in the stream, but they're set for about like 1 every 20 minutes or so, but unfortunately YouTube kind of goes a little rogue with it sometimes. I'm sorry that you're having a disrupted experience, but there are ads. They just shouldn't be quite as active as that. Hopefully they'll leave you alone now. Yours is one of the original air fryers and it reminds you of Eve from WALL-E, only in black. Yeah, mine kind of has that vibe as well. It's just like it's our egg. I'm so sorry, Holly Howard. I read your comment as my child goes in the air fryer. Whereas like the everything at the start is kind of a load-bearing part of the sentence. Okay. I'm gonna make his butt balloon. That said, I haven't had pizza in the air fryer yet. That said, pizza is more of like you want a top-down heat, so again, that kind of feels more oven-y to me. How are we doing for time? Okay, we're about 3.5 hours. Yeah, this will be our last one for today. I know that question was asked a little bit ago, but I've kind of just determined, yeah, I really, like, it is reasonable for me to stop at 2. There is a stream coming up where we will be trying to do 3. But there's also a stream coming up where we have to do Entei. So, who knows if we'll even get through that stream. But, you think the process is once again come through? Thank you. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, sometimes I look at them and I'm just like, yeah, you're a little off form. And like, yeah, I look at this guy and I'm like, yeah, he could be a little taller. But I also think that it's not so far off as to no longer read as Ursaring, and so maybe he's just the stumpy Ursaring. I mean, we've all seen those, like, corgi wolves. The corgi huskies. Just, like all shapes and sizes are beautiful. 3. Ooh, I didn't know Entei was in Pocopia. Very cool. 9. No, that was 10. 11. And 12. I'm doing a 12 stitch around ball. Because I get that it's probably meant to be a little larger than that, because it is comically large, but I think in terms of what we're doing here, that might be okay. Have I done Suicune? I have done Suicune. The only one I'm missing is Entei. We've done Raikou and we've done Suicune, and unfortunately both turned out really well, which ups the pressure on me quite a bit. Yeah. That said, with the Pokemon Black episode starting filming probably after next stream, so it might be just before next stream. Saturday. I'm going to try and film it on Saturday. The gameplay of it. It's just like, I live in a little bit of fear of that playthrough, because Gen 5 does not pull its punches with some of its Pokemon. Don't get me wrong, we've already survived Palkia, which I know is in Gen 5, but is one of the most complex ones we've ever made. But part of me always kind of hopes that we hit the really complicated ones during that season, or during that run, because then I don't have to, like, face Palkia on the stream. So, yeah, I'm low-key hoping that with that Gen 5 episode, we start ticking off some of the really, really complicated ones. That said, they do their number on my sanity, for sure. But the new Dungeon Crawler card book will be out, and I'll be able to listen to that while I make Pokemon. And so, like, that's fun for me. That actually sounds like a fantastic week. Oh, happy time zone, Mitch. We will not be referring to it as Chubba Ring, but I understand what you're going for there. The 3 legendary dogs and the 3 legendary birds. Okay. Just reminding me, I need to pick colours for your... Oh, you need to pick colours for your D&D character, who was allowed to become a werewolf in your last session. Amazing birthday treat. I'm thinking black and white. Okay, yeah. We could go all white and just make it Moon Moon. It lacks dignity, but it makes up for it in the kind of fun hijinks you can get away with. Okay, current name list is Professor Yeeta, Onion, Humphrey, and Little John. Nope, please put Haribo back on, or I'm going to go rogue. Now is your chance to control which one of them falls off in favour of Haribo, but I love that the little one's gummy, and I like the name Haribo. That said, I don't care if you guys vote for something else, but I just want to make sure it's represented in the vote. She's definitely Moon Moon Energy. You see, like, but there's something glorious about Moon Moon Energy. Moon Moon Energy is infectious, and you want to be around it. As long as it's not, like, getting you into too much trouble. Thank you. So current name list, Professor Yeeta, Onion, Humphrey, and Haribo. There's your butt nugget. A little small, but so is all of you. And I'm going to start that name vote. Almost snuck an extra comma in there. Onion. Oh, I know why the name Onion's familiar to me. It's a character from Steven Universe. That little dude's named Onion. Yeah. She's a cutie patootie that needs supervision at all times, but hey, she survived her first transformation. What's happening on Tuesday? Is that when the book comes out? Yeah, the 12th. I know that hard copies have already been hitting bookshelves in certain places, because people have been reporting it. We are talking about A Parade of Horribles, which is the next book in Dungeon Crawler Carl. And yeah, the hard copy is due out very, very soon, but they're dropping the audiobook at the same time, which is so much more accessible for me right now, because I'm a reader, like a words reader, but I don't want to consume this in the brief moments of time that I have. I want to consume it in big chunks, and that means audiobooks are perfect for that. And Jeff Hayes, who does the narration, I will forever be singing his praises. He does a phenomenal job, and he does all the voices, with a couple of very small minor exceptions that are like guest stars, but yeah, mostly it's just him. And to watch him record, it's incredible. He just like swaps between the voices and moves them onto different vocal tracks as he goes. I've been seeing it in America, but not here, unfortunately. Yeah, I unfortunately still have the ebook on my phone that I have not read yet. The Leafeon, oh my goodness, Rain, you have been here forever. My goodness. Yep, the Leafeon I started making way back when was being called Onion Boy, specifically in the stream that I did afterwards when I was trying to make it better, because it wasn't finished. Yeah, wow. There is a graphic novel. That is correct. There's also like 50 different versions now of the first book, but I've got my special editions. I've picked the editions that I get now. So I'll admit that I am getting the regular retail ones, just because I like to see what's under the dust cover, but I'll probably re-gift those to someone else along the way. But I'm treating myself to the Kickstarter ones that have all like the illustrations and the signed nameplates and stuff in them. I'm treating myself to those as they get released, and that's going to be my actual proper official set that I keep. So yeah. I know, Drac, I'm so sorry. I know I haven't read it yet. I've read the prologue. You begged and I read it a little bit, but when the audiobook comes out on Tuesday, I guarantee give me 3 days and I'll have ripped through the rest of it. I'm sorry, I've kind of like... Oh, we might have called... I looked for onion. I couldn't find it in my thing. We might have been making onion references around Metatite. Have I made Metatite? I haven't made Metatite or Medicham, but we will potentially need an onion name there as well. So I don't have any recorded names, and I have not made them yet. Yeah. Like so said, are you Rainstorm? Because like YouTube shows me different names anyway. It's like, yeah, I recognize that name anyway. So like, yeah, you have definitely been around for a minute. Fortunately, couldn't get into the sound booth cold readings that Jeff did. No! Oh, yeah, no, they can be a little hard unless you've read the content first. Flora May Draws, welcome. We are actually kind of just wrapping up for the day today. Basically, how this whole thing works is, I'll pop it up on the screen here. You guys get to pick a door. There is a Pokemon behind each of the doors, and we're just using that to work our way through crocheting all of the Pokemon. So today we got through Chikorita, who has been given a mug of coffee. It's kind of a long story. And Ursaring. We're just in the middle of naming Ursaring at the moment. And we have made 85 out of all the Gen 2 Pokemon. We finished Gen 1. We're up to like 300 and something all up. Let me just check that number. We have made 312 of all of the available Pokemon, and we are working to complete a full Crochet Living Dex. So that is a very long explanation as to what we're doing here. Long story short, we're crocheting little guys. But yeah, that's kind of it. Rainstorm, yes, see, I knew it. Let's close off this. No, you know what? That poll can stay open. You're still naming Haribo, but I'm going to do the reveals. So we had 2 more doors available today. In the day we were seeing spots. Having a little bit of a bear invasion over here. Let's sneak you back down there. Grr. So, the other doors, I saw plenty of excellent guesses. So, this is door number 1, and it was hiding Croconaw, and it was this spot here, the crotch spot, because it was the only spot that was fully on the screen that I could get a proper grab for. So, you managed to dodge that guy again, and you actually, who also has 5 fingers and a thumb? Huh, it really was the thumb stream, wasn't it? And of course, down here, I did see it guessed, but this tiny poo is Wooper. It's Wooper's belly patch. So those were the other 2 options today. So you have managed to avoid whacking the Wooper. He has had many appearances on stream now. I think he's still tied with Piloswine for the number of chances you've had to pick him. But they were our options for today. So let's close off this poll. because y'all have been decisive, and I'm really worried that I've impacted the poll there, but it means that we got a good name. So Haribo has won with 58% of the vote, so they are officially Haribo and Gummy. And Humphrey came second at 21%, then Professor Yeeter at 14%, and Onion at just 7%, but Onion will almost definitely get another go around the time we do Metatite and Metacham. No, you wanted the Wooper? Well, I'm sorry, I've offered him to you like 9 or 10 times now. You guys will not pick the Wooper. All right, anyway, that is where we're going to call it today. We're a little bit early on the departure time, but I think that's fine. We have 6 to catch up on. In fact, I'll pull them out on screen for you guys to see. So we have the amphitheater. We have Ella Kid from a couple of weeks ago. Can't remember if I've added more pieces or not, but he still needs a lot of his body spots. We have this horrible thing, who I don't mind once she's finished, but right now she's giving me uncomfortable feelings. And we have Slow King as well, and that's all 6. So that's our team right now. And I will hopefully have a few more of them finished by the end of the week. So I did not trick you. The spots were just taken directly from the images. And I have to have some tricks up my sleeve here because we're down to the final 15 Pokemon in this generation. Anyway, we are going to call it there. So thank you guys all for hanging out. I will hopefully catch some of you in the replay. Hello, replay gang. And yeah, I'll see you guys next Sunday. There is a video on Thursday. I just don't know what it is yet. Okay. Where's the button? There's the button.